I would agree with that, Whitey, but I would say when it comes to the two teams that did win, obviously we're talking about the Niners and the Kings, one more unlikely than the other. I never trusted the Birds, man.
Yeah?
I never trusted them. We watched it. Didn't we just watch A.J. Brown derail this whole season? We knew that they couldn't move the football. They had an identity crisis. So the Kings part of it, and I guess, Whitey, to your point, the Kings have basically owned the Rockets.
They have.
So I guess how unlikely was it actually?
Yeah. Maybe I overlooked some key factors, but it sounds like you were keen on the Niners' chances all along, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, it came down to one simple thing. I just didn't trust the Eagles' offense. That's it. As bad as the Niners' defense was, and I know the Seahawks left some meat on the bone in that game, but it was 13-3. So I just said to myself, I don't see the Niners or the Eagles getting to 20. And they didn't. They didn't get to 20. They got to 19, and they lost. So go home, Birds.
I really think one of the big reasons, there's many, many reasons why one team wins a football game and another doesn't. And, of course, we tend to focus on quarterbacks, and that's what I'm going to do. One of the big reasons the 49ers beat the Eagles is because Brock Purdy is just flat out a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do now with the whole ring culture thing because Jalen Hurts is the reigning Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, and he won a Super Bowl. Good for him.
And nobody cares. Right? So what do we do now with Super Bowl winning quarterbacks? I don't know. Because nobody cares that Jalen Hurts did any of that and got back to the playoffs. Obviously, they end up in the wild card and losing, but the ring culture, Super Bowl quarterbacks, you put them all in a pile and you separate them. Josh Allen doesn't have a ring. Lamar doesn't have a ring. Jalen Hurts does, but what does it matter anymore?
Well, it matters, and it doesn't mean that you haven't won, so you're no good. I think we tend to do that sometimes. Mm-hmm. Well, is he any good? Yeah. Well, he hasn't won a Super Bowl. How good can he be? Well, yeah. We all know how that goes. But Tom Brady's comments yesterday, I thought some of them were fascinating about Jalen Hurts when he says he's got more time back there than he realizes. We all know the 49ers have trouble mounting a pass rush. Yeah. And Tom Brady says he'd get flushed out of the pocket, but he doesn't need to be getting flushed out of the pocket. Then when he rolls to his right, which obviously it's the way he wants to throw, and then he's shutting down half the field, he's doing the 49ers a favor. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, Jalen Hurts, but Brock Purdy's better.
Yeah, he is. And, I'm sure you saw LaShawn McCoy, his quotes. I guess he's talking to people around the building and the Eagles, this whole situation with the offensive coordinator, but is it because they're kind of limited in what Jalen Hurts can and can't do? It's just a very simplistic offense, and it's a go route to Devontae or A.J. Brown or a slant to Goddard. I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's literally been the whole thing. So, we struggle with Brock at times. There was the whole Mac Jones conversation, but now we're partying like a Brock star, and the whole conversation of Mr. Irrelevant versus the Brock star, Brock Purdy, when Brock is able to kind of mesh those two things together, he's top 5. And honestly, he probably has been one of the best quarterbacks outside of, the Drake May conversation. We can have it. But Brock, he's just been he's just a baller. Yeah. He's a baller.
Even though he had a couple of Garoppolian moments yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, Jalen Hurts was worse.
As you said, the Eagles with the offense, it just hasn't been there. But they've been kind of ignoring it. They've been in denial. They have treated their offense this year the same way Kyle Shanahan, up until this year, treated special teams for the 49ers. Yeah. But there's a big difference between special teams and your freaking offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, what I thought you were going to say was you bringing up the offense reminded me of Doug Christie and how he normally talks about the offense.
I was not.
No, but you kind of laid it up there, Whitey.
No, I was not going there.
But that's where I thought you were going because it is funny and obviously two completely different situations, but the offense isn't a problem. The offense, it isn't a problem until it is. And, obviously it reared its ugly head for the Eagles, and we're not talking about the playoffs with the Kings. But, at some point, I know defense wins championships, but you probably need to score in order to keep your season going, and the Eagles couldn't do it.
What'd you think of Juwan Jennings' touchdown pass?
Amazing. He was going to be Super Bowl MVP a couple years back. We know. Mm-hmm. And then I saw he was a dual threat QB, right? And he was ranked above, I think, 2 current NFL quarterbacks right now.
In high school?
Before he made the switch to wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Jay, I thought of you yesterday when Juwan Jennings threw that touchdown pass, because I know many times you sit there and you tell us Shanahan just does the same thing over and over and over. So I was wondering if Jay was pumping his fist, if he was jumping up and down, not only because they scored a touchdown, but because Shanahan actually pulled a trick play out of his bag.
All the above.
Yeah.
I mean, he finally got into a Trader Joe's bag instead of a terrible grocery outlet, brown paper bag joint. It's about time. For the first half, he looked like he was in wraps.
Yeah.
At some point in time, and this is the thing about it. We talked about Vic Fangio and how he will let you get the 3 yards in a cloud of dust compared to being somebody that can extend the field. And, of course, with the 49ers without Tricky Ricky P, that's what we call Ricky Pearsall, Allen Stiles. I know we got to catch you up to speed around here big time. But Tricky Ricky P, you could see that the 49ers immediately came out. And you got to give him a little love a little bit in the first half, but he definitely expanded the offense. He made some good plays. You could see a lot of different setups, as a lot of people have talked about over the last 24 hours as he was progressing throughout the game. So you got to give Kyle some love, man. You got to give Robert Saleh some love. You got to give special teams coach some love. 49ers truly probably outcoached the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I got to give the wide receivers some love, because I was very critical of them last week, saying they just don't have the class of receivers other teams do. But then you had Demarcus Robinson went off, especially early, and then Juwan Jennings made the play of the game. You know what really impressed me about the play, and obviously they ran that in the Super Bowl, but if you watch it, when he hits the ball and he starts running towards the sideline, he does not telegraph that he's going to throw at all. He puts his head down, and he locks that thing away, and it's like, oh, he's running. And then once he sees the receivers, when he stops and throws it.
Yeah.
That's hard.
No, it's not easy. And I think Whitey, kind of the unsung hero in all this is Christian McCaffrey. I mean,
that was a heck of a catch.
Everybody knows, right? If you ever had a ball hit over your head, when you have to do the Willie, it's tough to do the basket catch.
Especially when it's windy.
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey was looking up, and he catches it, because obviously we're not talking about any of that. One thing goes wrong, and we're not talking about it the way we're talking about it now, but when it comes to Christian McCaffrey able to catch that football in the way he did get it done, I just don't think enough people are talking about how difficult the over-the-head catch is.
Did you make a lot of those catches in your time as a center fielder before they moved you to left field?
Well, I'm always going to get moved to left, right? That's just part of my day. It's in my contract. I get moved to left at some point. I had a couple basket ones, but there's one in my mind that haunts me to this day. It was a summer ball game, and if you lose the first game in a tournament, it's pretty rough sledding. So you got to win the first one, and you set yourself up for success. First game, the center fielder was out, so they moved me to center.
Oh man!
Hit over the head, basket. Whitey, I'm trying to track this bad boy. Go to the left, drops right there, double. We lose 1-2 barbecue.
I thought you were going somewhere else there. I made a great catch.
No, that was not what happened. But I'm trying to track this bad boy. Mm-hmm. It's difficult.
Yeah. Oh, it is. And he kind of caught the ball about in the middle, right? Or the back of it almost. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's not easy.
I know. So who's available versus Seattle? Jameer Brown's a long shot because of the hamstring. Warner, not very high, unless the 49ers are sandbagging us on Fred Warner. They're saying it's not very high, the likelihood that his practice window is going to be open.
That video was nice, though. That video's been circulating. Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering. Oh, yeah, Kyle saying no, but it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You think?
Get through this week.
Yeah. Winters and Gifford could be back. Pearsall maybe will be back. I don't know, Jay. Can we expect him to do it again after more catastrophic injury?
Why not?
Good point.
Why not?
Good question.
Short, simple, and easy. Why not? Mm-hmm. Not saying they got enough to win a Super Bowl. I've continued to keep saying they're playing with house money. At this point, it's like, both of you guys been on cruises before?
I have not.
Okay. When you go on, have you been to an all-inclusive resort before?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So you go to an all-inclusive resort, right, fellas? And one of the first things they do is to get you to come there and spend your money is, check this out. We're going to give you $50 in this type of, at the spa. We'll give you $50 gift certificate at the spa. We'll give you $50 to spend at our, one of our cousin businesses where you can go and have dinner. That's what it is. We're getting free money, free coupons, free things to make us come back. And that's, for the 49ers, as a fan, you look at it and you're like, man, I just don't know how they're going to do it.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to move on. And then every single week, there's just a little bit something else, and it causes you to dive back into your wallet. You pull out your credit card. You got your Apple Pay. You know, you're like, you know what? Let me just get 25 on number 6 one more time, and let's just see where it's at. That's where it's at with the 49ers.
I know a lot of it is attitude. Juwan Jennings said, I think it's more mentality than anything. You just got to believe in yourself. And I know that goes a long ways. But there's also this. You had a guy like, not a guy like, you had Eric Kendricks yesterday that they signed in November. He's good. Mm-hmm. He saved the day yesterday in a lot of ways playing middle linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, they just continue to have other guys step up for him. And obviously George Kittle going down. Just a sad scene, man. And it's so crazy that now we just all know. Right, as soon as you do the slow-mo, you look down at the lower legs, and then you see it, and oh, well, there he goes. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy how we're all I don't want to say used to it, but it's almost like that's what we're looking for whenever you see lower leg injury. Oh, well, was it Achilles? Because I feel like Whitey, growing up, I mean, Kobe, obviously, but besides that, I don't know. It feels like there wasn't a lot of Achilles injuries. I don't know, 20 years ago?
I think maybe there were, but everything wasn't on video and TV like it is now.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like it's happening all the time now. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously we know who's all out in the NBA, but to see George Kittle doing it and have guys continuing to just step up. Look, I'll tell you this
Allen
much.
Stiles did it.
I did it,
yeah.
Right? Almost 3 years ago now.
So your Achilles, bro?
Oh, yeah.
He did.
When I first did my first show here, I was limping up the stairs. Because that was the same year that I did it. But you look at...
He was running in the buffet line.
No.
And
no? Got that $100 coupon?
I got that.
Oh, that's not what it happened?
I was dunking, and
okay.
yeah, then it just went out. But
first of all, real fast, 2 things. Alan, don't ever let another show disrespect you the way Matt is trying to disrespect your height, okay?
No, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
it was pretty crazy.
He piled on there pretty good.
You know, Whitey, I was expecting you to come off the top rope.
I think Whitey was surprised.
I was a little. You're right, Jay, but I was a little. Okay, he got a shot in, and then wait a minute, wait, what?
Wait a minute, yeah,
it's the first day on the job.
Flag? Yeah.
So you know what? If that's got to be me, that's got to be me.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what though, Jay. It will not happen again.
That a boy.
That was like a face mask where, sometimes a hand just goes across the face mask. But that was, he grabbed your face mask and turned your helmet all the way
He took it off.
Put it all
He took it off. As a matter of fact,
no.
He threw it, and then he started to stop on your mouthpiece.
But you're right, Jay. I should have done more.
That's strike one.
I pushed back a little, but not enough.
That's strike one.
Yeah, but that was even the robot got that one wrong.
That's strike one. We will not get to strike 3.
All right, boy.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
All right.
Okay. now you know. See now Jay's got me going now. 'Cause now I'm upset. Now I feel like I should
be upset.
No.
I'm just saying.
Now I feel like I should have stood on business.
Well,
and now I'm upset.
Well, that's part of what happened. I think Alan was like, "Can we just get through this
right
little charade so I can start my show?"
Well,
some of it I don't even think he heard.
No.
He was oblivious to it.
Yeah,
he overlooked it.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bigger man than me.
Short jokes in 2026. I mean, come on.
And that's the other part is understandable, and that's where you'll be able to infuse who you are into here, because I think we're a little cold-blooded, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm just talking a little smoke on the back end, but we can't have that happening. You're in the big boy chair now, Alan. So now you get to knight some of these people up under you, brother.
That's right.
Yeah, put your hand on them, pat on their head, and give them a shout out.
No, now I'm upset.
Don't need to be.
No, now we got problems.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
The short stuff's like whatever, but when he says thanks for keeping our seat warm, Alan.
I didn't hear that.
Now you guys are getting me. Come on now.
No, we got your back. That's why we're telling you. We got your back.
No.
And I feel like I should have done more. Jay's right.
Don't worry. I got something.
Okay.
I got something planned. It's a Tapatio Tuesday tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I just went there Friday.
It's going to get spicy tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not playing games.
Real quick, and we're talking about the 49ers and the Kings and Kyle Draper's coming up. Jay, we were talking about enchiladas so much Friday. I went home and Sheena says, we got to go get enchiladas.
Data boy.
Yeah. So
Atta boy. Where'd you partake?
El Tapatio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicken, beef, pork.
Chicken.
Okay,
does tend to get a little busy there on a Friday night.
I would imagine so.
Yes.
But you're Whitey Gleason. You walk straight to the front. You give them a nod. And
I walked straight to the front, and they said it'll be 25 minutes, sir. And I said thanks, and walked straight to the back of the line. Yeah. Anyway, I It's hard to see how the 49ers do it again, but it's been hard to see how they've done to this point. How about this? That's like the fourth great game of the year they've had. Mm-hmm. And I know a playoff game, there's the magnitude of it makes it more memorable and the stakes are higher. But the Bears game was an unbelievable game. Yeah. The first Seattle game was incredible. The first Rams game. And then the 49ers, it's like, nobody sits there and goes, oh, this is easy. But they've been through it, and they've won all those games.
Yeah, well, it's funny because when we talk about the Patriots and Drake May, there's a lot of conversation about who they played and was it an easy schedule. But I feel like the Niners, that's maybe why we're not looking at this the same way, because the Niners had a fairly easy schedule, obviously coming back from, what they did or were unable to do last season. So I don't know, maybe part of that is the schedule, because they did have a stretch there, Whitey, where Titans, it was the Browns. I mean, it was kind of cupcakey. It was cupcake adjacent.
But look at those four, heart-stopping wins.
Yeah.
They've all been against postseason teams.
Yeah.
The Eagles were. They're not anymore.
Right.
But they were briefly a postseason team.
Yeah. Even to start the season when they started it in Seattle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That even got them kind of going. And Tonjes is going to have to be huge here moving forward.
I like Tonjes. He's not George Kittle, but he can catch.
He can.
Throw him the ball, Kyle.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, why Kendrick Bourne is only on the team when Mac Jones is the quarterback, but, hey, they're winning anyway.
Yeah, even though he doesn't seem to know the plays.
Maybe that's he can't get on the field.
Yeah, what was it at halftime? Was it 13-10?
10.
Yeah, and I remember I almost tweeted this, and I thought, oh, you never know. It seemed to me like they were behind 21-3 because they had botched the situation at the end of the first half, and you had situations where Kendrick Bourne's like lining up, and Juwan Jennings is going nuts because he's not lined up in the right spot. And I'm just thinking, you can't continue to squander these opportunities on the road against this good team. And I talked myself. Jay taught me to talk myself off the ledge a little bit. Let's see, long ways to go. When they kicked the field goal, I thought they should have gone for it there. What are they doing? And they went anyway, Al.
Yeah.
They went anyway, Jay.
Yeah. I do wonder, it's kind of confusing what to do with wide receivers these days, because obviously when you have somebody elite like a Jamar Chase or somebody like that, we know what it is. But it's almost as if it's turning into the running back position where there's 10 really good wide receivers and everybody else are just dudes. And the Niners don't have one of those guys. Because I'll be honest with you, even before, the Brandon Ayuk thing, I just never thought he was one of those guys. So,
neither did Jay.
So let him do what he wants to do. But now it feels like Kyle in his system, hey, well, I got Juwan Jennings. I got enough for my scheme. He doesn't need that elite, kind of typical X receiver, wide receiver one. He doesn't really need it. But then when they lose, it turns into there was no separation. There was no separation. I mean, come on now. This Ricky Pearsall thing, enough. Seriously.
Enough for what?
He's a fine player, but they lose to the Seahawks, and the whole thing is there was no separation. We're acting like Ricky Pearsall is Jerry Rice here.
Well, he's one of their better receivers, not their best pure receiver.
Just throw them all in a pile. They're all the same.
I agree with you, but I think there's two things can be the same and two things can be true at the same time. There isn't enough separation, but also I'm with you. Ricky Pearsall is not, I was going to say A.J. Brown, but I don't have to say that now. But no, he's not a number one wide receiver, but you would agree that he may be the number one wide receiver for this team.
Probably,
and I don't know. I think what you're saying, Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, is we don't know what a number one wide receiver looks like for this 49er team under Kyle Shanahan's regime, because in reality, Debo was a number one. But is he really a number one?
Yeah.
Ayuk's a number one. But is he really a number one? Yeah. Tricky Ricky P's a number one. We don't really know.
He's like Ed McCaffrey. I think so. Kyle Shanahan has a type.
Yeah.
But also say this. Could I ask you guys, and dear listener, how come nobody can catch a football anymore? I mean, watching all the weekend games, and I know, and there's people trying to kill you, and it's hard to catch the ball when you got people grabbing at you, and I know it's cold, but I've never seen so many drop passes, and I'm not just talking about the 49er game, although all the Eagle drops had a lot to do with the 49er win, but across the board, people are dropping passes everywhere.
Yeah.
Get signed, get in camp, and we don't drop the ball.
Yeah, the stick'em was not sticking this weekend.
No, it wasn't working or something.
I'll tell you what, though. A.J. Brown, I mean, really, dude? Really? After not to sound like Karl Anthony Towns, after all that, you derail the Eagles season, and then in the biggest game, a complete no-show. I mean, are you serious?
He's a heck of a player. I was a fan of his yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
I did think it was a little crossing line for Sirianni to go after him because I don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish.
Well, I guess what I saw was he was saying get off the field so the Niners didn't run a play and then it would, or whatever, too many players on the field. So he was just saying, hey, get off the field. He wasn't saying stop having bricks for hands. Mm-hmm. I don't think. But maybe he did also say that too.
Mm-hmm. Now, how about the Kings last night over the Houston Rockets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming, especially the way the Kings did it, where they had a fourth quarter run to put the game away.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the Kings own Ime Udoka's Rockets specifically. I don't know why, but even going back to last season, if there's one thing you could count on, there's not much you can count on in this Kings season, but you can count on the Kings beating the Rockets. I don't know why, but it's styles make fights. It's just a bad matchup for the Rockets, which sounds so funny to say out loud that the Kings are a bad matchup for anyone. But
I know Scott Perry on the Christopher Lodge show today. Scott Perry said, we matched their physicality. That's one of the few times this year where I've felt like we were playing the way we want to play. Mm-hmm. They were playing along the lines of the foundation they're hoping to lay down. And that is a physical team. I would like to think maybe the Kings' effort last night had something to do with the fact that the last time the Kings beat them, you had Ime Udoka saying, I got to get my team ready for lesser teams better.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you talk about bulletin board material.
Yeah.
Literally, hey. And to be fair, he knew what he was doing, but it also isn't wrong, right? I mean, he knew what he was saying. We understand there was a little bit of a jab there, but he's also not wrong, right? If you say something that's rude.
Sure, but it's poor etiquette. It's disrespectful to say it. You who get so upset when a line is one-sided. That's disrespectful to the Kings. I mean, certainly you recognize how disrespectful it is for another coach to say they are a lesser team.
I mean, what's funny to me is doing it after the L to, I guess, make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
And then doubling down, staying in San Francisco. We don't know why. Maybe they love the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know. And then losing again, it's just a bad look.
Oh, definitely.
It's an awful look.
I'm with you, yeah.
It's an awful look to lose again. I mean, the Kings, we got more fingers than the Kings got wins, and they got 2 against the Rockets. Mm-hmm. 2 against the Rockets.
Yeah, and I know trade season is underway, and the deadline's approaching. Did you say you had something you wanted to throw out there here? Because there's a lot.
I was just messing around. I don't have too much. I mean, not on top of what's already kind of been out there. I'll tell you what, though, Whitey, as we're seeing all this stuff about Emmanuel quickly and how the Raptors might move off of him, I do not like that contract. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So people were trying to say, hey, Sabonis for quickly and yada, yada. I'm just not
Isn't there
a fan.
talking maybe a draft pick in that?
Yes, but I'm just not a fan. You know what, Whitey? Maybe I'm just tired of point guards. I'm tired of this, Whitey. We moved on from De'Aaron Fox, and before you could even take a breath, you got Westbrook, you got Schroeder. I just fatigue of the point guard. Maybe that's my problem with this Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, he's fairly young, isn't he? Well, he should
25,
be.
something like that.
Yeah, because he was in that same draft as so many others we've been talking about. And I think he's a Scott Perry guy. I think Scott Perry drafted him, didn't he?
I'll probably take him over RJ Barrett, but I don't really if I have to. I'm not really a fan of really anybody on the Raptors.
Yeah. Well, it's early yet,
Well, Grady, Colin Murray-Boyle. Some of the younger guys, sure, but I'm just the 26, 27, I'm good.
All right. Okay. We'll get back to all that. When we come back, I guess he's going to show because he agreed to this time. He was the first guy I texted after the 49ers victory was complete yesterday. Jay and our friend Kyle Draper big Eagle fan. What does he have to say about the fact that since he's joined Sactown Sports, his Eagles are 0-2 against the 49ers? We'll find out next on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers advance.
Over the middle, tip, incomplete. San Francisco takes over, looking to take away the upset.
The Seahawks are next.
He's got it, and 20 more. Touchdown, Seattle.
Listen to the San Francisco 49ers playoff run on Sactown Sports 1140.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITVFest.com.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center January 23rd through 25th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Savings available on select opening night tickets.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to start strong, so you can give everything you've got. From plate-loaded strength equipment and functional training areas to treadmills, stair climbers, and free weights. Our equipment is best in class, and our clubs are right around the corner, so you can go all in. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Deal extended through January 16th. Don't miss it.
See club for details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Felt like that was kind of our story as the year progressed, and good, like you said, good first half. Didn't do a good enough job coaching. Didn't do a good enough job executing in the second half. In that third quarter, particularly, some penalties got us behind the sticks. And we had a hard time overcoming them. And that starts
The
with me.
Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Eagles coach Nick Sirianni, I'll never forget this, Alan. When he was hired, there was somebody, an anonymous source in the league, who said, Nick Sirianni's pretty smart. Not super smart, but pretty smart. And I think I've never forgotten that. And that I'd say that's pretty accurate at this point.
Yeah, well, it's tough, right? And I know Dan Campbell kind of gets thrown into the same pile with the vibe guys.
Yeah.
If you don't call the defense or you don't call the offense, you're just kind of a vibe guy, and you're more of a people manager.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And when you're a people manager, but the people that you're managing is not managing, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people feel a certain type of way. The Eagles are so funny to me, right? They got a Super Bowl MVP quarterback nobody cares about and a Super Bowl winning coach that nobody likes.
Well, I wouldn't say nobody cares about them. Nobody likes them, because joining us now, the gentleman that used to sit in that chair.
Wow.
Yeah. And he promised we were going to get to talk to him today. Oh, I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Kyle Draper. What's up, Drapes?
Whitey.
Yeah.
Can you see my shirt? I don't know if you can see what this shirt says. I pulled this out of the closet today, and I said, you know what? I'm a New England Patriots fan, so I don't know what you're talking about, big fella. I'm riding with my boy, NBC Sports Boston. I'm riding with Drake May and the boys out there, Mike Vrabel and all them. Come on, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
man.
congrats on a
no
big
idea
win.
What you're talking.
Congrats on a big win last night then. Yeah. So.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. If it wasn't for the Kings' victory, yesterday would have been one of the worst days of my life. So I'm at the arena, and I'm watching the final drive, and they got it up on the Jumbotron. And I'm watching my boy Jalen Hurts work the way down the field. We could talk about A.J. Brown coming up in a minute. And I actually thought we were going to win the damn thing. But once the clock hit 0 and we didn't win, the whole arena erupted. I checked my Twitter feed. People are atting me I've never even heard of. Fans are walking by with their Niners jerseys. Drapes, how about that? Bang, bang, Niners game. And so I would have rather have lost to the Cowboys. I would have rather have lost to the Commanders than the lowly San Francisco. It was a rough day for me yesterday, man.
Mm-hmm. When did you start to feel like, ooh, this thing might be going sideways on us? Was it the Juwan Jennings touchdown pass?
No, it was actually earlier than that. Just the way the game was going, the penalties that the Eagles were accruing. You know, they get a big play, a first down, and they come back from penalties because of a penalty. And I've seen that script before with them, and it seemed like the Niners were playing such a clean game that I thought, oh, man, we're in trouble. Brock Purdy throws 2 interceptions, and you don't win that game? Like, give the Niners credit, man. They've been banged up all season. Hell of a coaching job by Kyle Shanahan. But the Eagles should be ashamed of themselves. They should be embarrassed right now. And honestly, I'm not one for firing the Super Bowl coach, but 2 out of the last 3 seasons, the Eagles have flamed out in the wild card round. Sirianni may have to go. He may have to go, seriously, because there's a disconnect between him and that locker room. He doesn't have control of the locker room. Him and A.J. Brown going at it on the sidelines. He got to go, I think. He has to go.
Drapes, how you doing, my guy? How are you doing?
I don't think he's going to.
I think he might be.
Whitey, you saying something?
He's not going to respond.
Is his mic on?
I don't respond to Allen Stiles. You know that. Like, just because he on the drive. Dog, I didn't do the crossover with Allen Stiles for 2 years. And now you're going to try to ask me a question? This dude is, Jay, what is he, the J.J. Hickson of the station or something like that? The Anthony Carter filling in for LeBron James? Whitey, I'm going to just look at you directly, big fella. I'm not going to let Allen get away. Nah, no questions from me.
Come on, Draves.
You got to take a question from him.
Draves.
He's in your chair now.
Draves.
He's got your chair.
Hey, I'm getting a notification. Connection unstable. I may have to dump out, fellas. I may have to dump out.
The customer you're trying to reach is not available. Please call back.
Drapes, all I had was just one question, and my only question for you is there any part of you that does wonder what would have happened if A.J. Brown just doesn't go sideways, right? Because rocking and rolling that whole time, if he just doesn't say anything, how does the season go if he just doesn't say anything?
I don't know how you guys feel about this, but to me, it seemed like A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. I feel like Jalen Hurts was tired of A.J. Brown's mess. And so I'm with you. When you look back at the season, A.J. Brown complaining about targets. So what they do, they try to appease him. They try to get him the ball. Well, he gets his catches, but that doesn't help the offense. And so I feel like he put his agenda ahead of the team goals. And dude, you're a Super Bowl champion. You're a Super Bowl winner. You got all these weapons around you. And so I felt like the Eagles, and I'm looking strictly at A.J. Brown because Devontae Smith, I ain't hear nothing from. I didn't hear anything about Saquon Barkley complaining about his touches. A.J. Brown takes a huge part of the blame for how this season. I don't know how you bring the guy back. To be as talented as he is, if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, you can't go through another season of this with him.
Drapes, what surprised you the most about the game? Obviously, the 49ers, it's been their bread and butter this year, doing the unexpected, beating the Rams, stopping the Rams cold in overtime, thrilling wins over Seattle and the Bears, another one yesterday. So taking nothing away from the 49ers because that's been their business this year, but what surprised you the most about the game?
About the Niners game, I thought the Eagles would be able to get more pressure on Brock Purdy. I thought the defensive line of the Eagles would rack up 4, 5, 6. Like, I thought they would make and give Brock Purdy credit. I mean, he did throw the 2 interceptions, but he bought time with his legs out there. You know, he made some great throws. Like, I was nervous, and you asked me on the first possession, Whitey, when, you know, they hit him, you know, across the middle on the 60-yard pat. Like, it just seemed like, you know, the Eagles never, and then they missed the extra point. It just seemed like everything that could go wrong, we just couldn't get no positive momentum, man. And so I give the Niners credit, but as you guys know, I used to work in Washington State in Yakima, Washington. So I'll be rooting for my Seahawks this weekend, big fella. I'll be rooting for my Seahawks. Sammy Dimes up there. Sam Darnold, my guy.
Do you have anything for your guy? Jay?
Nah, I've already got enough out there because he already knows, man. And I understand when you're in the losing position, you don't want to come to fruition with the truth. The fact of the matter is he knew on Wednesday when you asked him, when did you kind of suspect that it was going downhill? On Wednesday, last week.
All right.
Matter of fact, probably on Saturday or Sunday when you saw the 49ers that lined up against you. You knew what time it was, man. I smelled fear on your neck from the jump. I told you that.
Nah, because here's the thing. It didn't matter who the opponent was. The Eagles have beaten themselves all season long.
Here we go.
Come on, Jay. You know that.
Man,
and I'll say this. And Niners fans, enjoy this win.
Thank you.
The last time y'all won the Super Bowl, gas was $1.50 in California. So it's been a minute. You know, enjoy this win. You still ain't got no Super Bowls recently in the last 30 years, but enjoy this one.
The last time the Eagles beat the 49ers, you didn't even work here. So that's been a while too.
Ouch.
That's been a little bit of a while. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about a winning team, my Sacramento Kings, or what? Are we going to get to them or what?
Yeah. Dylan Cardwell, right?
My guy, Dylan Cardwell, man, he's a character. And I was watching that game, man. Obviously, great crowd last night. The play where Malik Monk and Dorian Finney-Smith got into it, it was straight out of WWE, Monday Night Raw. Cardwell's playing to the crowd while all hell is breaking loose behind him and everything. He was magnificent, and I made the comparison. Mark Jones asked me, Kyle, what's it going to take for them to get this win? Can they get this win? And I said, if Dylan Cardwell keeps looking like Moses Malone out there on the offensive glass, like he was so good, so impressive. And think about it. Şengün got his numbers, but Max and Dylan Cardwell, 2 rookies, they held their own in that game against Steven Adams, against Şengün, against some really great veteran players. And that was a great win last night.
Unless you got Drape's takes, we'll let you get on with things. If you have Drape's takes, we'd love to hear it.
I ain't got no takes, man.
Okay, all right.
I figured. Let me ask you this though:
49ers done beat you down so bad you ain't got a take. You always said on this very show you always got something.
Roll my music then. All right, I'm gonna give one quick take.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
And this take is not Kings related because we know we got the Lakers tonight. In my opinion, this is the Dennis Schroeder revenge game. Mm-hmm. Somebody got to put Luka on his back. Somebody got to send a message to Luka Doncic. Got our boy suspended for 3 games, smiling, laughing, talking trash. This is the Dennis Schroeder revenge game tonight for the Sacramento Kings. But I'm going to put that on the bottom shelf right now. I'm going to say this. The last word I'm going to say about Niners fans, because I know a bunch of y'all out there listening. Some of you texted, and I'm happy for some of you guys out there. You got to complete the task. Don't act like yesterday was your Super Bowl, because that's the feeling I'm getting from some Niners fans out there, Whitey and Jay. They just happy to beat the Eagles. Yep. They're in my mentions. They're texting me. They're shouting me out. You got to finish the job. We are Super Bowl champions. We are defending Super Bowl champions. Now, if the Niners fans are just happy with winning the damn wild card round, so be it. To me, that's loser's mentality. Go out there and finish the job before you come in Drape's mentions, before you start blowing my phone up and talking some bang Niner game. Win the damn Super Bowl first before you start talking that mess. That's the only take. You happy, Whitey? You happy, Jay? That's the only take.
All right. I don't think you're the defending champs anymore because your defense has ended. You're not defending anything, but did win the Super Bowl.
Until somebody else wins it.
Okay. All right.
The reigning. Can I say the reigning champ?
I suppose that's true. Right. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll come back with a look at the Kings out on Jabba. One report says that could change, Alan. Out on Jabba, that could change next on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers!
Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Sacramento's Outwork playlist is Mix 96.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
Now with 4 opportunities each weekday to be our $1,000 Employee of the Day. Today's hits and yesterday's favorites, Mix 96.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, pardon me. Thanks to Kyle Draper for joining us today, licking his wounds. Nice of him to take a few moments. Also, it was nice that Nick Sirianni, after the game yesterday, he told Kyle Shanahan, go win it all. Go win it all. So, good for him. That's classy, huh, Alan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Allen Stiles with us today. His first day, but, he's been part of this show, and we're all just part of the same station. So, Allen Stiles, you are officially now as much a part of this show as anyone has ever been. This is your show. Welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome.
It's good to be here, Whitey.
I don't know why everyone's taking so many shots at you.
I don't know. Today, I think, it's not my first rodeo.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And I think that there's a lot of nervous energy in the building today. I show up and, people get, palms sweaty, things like that.
Yeah.
So, if I have to be the butt of jokes today, so be it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. But you keep track of those things.
You
keep score a little bit, don't you?
I got a counter in my pocket. Yeah. You never know where the counter's at. So Matt, Kayla, hey, great job. First show, great stuff. We'll give you one. We'll give you one.
Before we get to all the trade speculation, Dennis Schroeder, huh? Dennis Schroeder suspended for 3 games for attempting to strike another player, apparently Luka, and on IG, Dennis Schroeder said, attempted? Ha, ha, ha. So he slapped him.
Yeah. Yeah, and this goes down, going back to kind of all the other just random things that have happened, not just in the NBA, but just in general with just stuff that doesn't happen on camera, but hey, well, what actually went on here? So now we can add Dennis Schroeder and this Luka thing to the pile, and he's suspended. So I think everybody was just kind of confused when it first came out, but now that we've kind of sifted through what in the world happens, I mean, clearly there's no love lost between the two.
If it went down the way it was reported, I understand where Schroeder's coming from and respect that. If he said, you can't call me that on the court and then expect that we're fine off the court.
Yeah.
And then he apparently went after him and apparently struck him. And I'm wondering if it took it this long for the league to act because, they had to do an investigation, or they probably figured, look, it's Luka. This doesn't look good. Yeah. So let's just make that suspension when they meet again, so that increases our chances of avoiding any further problems.
Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing for the league for pretty boy Luka to be getting slapped like that.
Yeah. And I do wonder too, and I would love to ask a player about this. There's so many player podcasts. I'm sure it's been discussed before, but where is the line, right? Or what is the line when it comes to what you can say, what you can't say? Because I'm sure there are a lot of people that say, well, I talk crazy all the time. I mean, you watch a game and you can read lips, right? And they say some crazy stuff. Everybody does. But I do wonder, is it just different for people? I know for specific people, there are words, I don't want to say trigger words, but kind of, there are words that certain people really don't like.
I think the line is in different places for different players. And,
yeah.
And it's whoever the target is, they determine where the line is.
Yeah.
It's like, you're okay with that? Okay, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
But a shooter made sure that Luka Doncic knew, hey, you crossed that line.
Yeah, we can't be having that.
Yeah.
But maybe, again, certain other people don't react the same way.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It just all depends. I know, I was golfing with somebody, right? And, you're talking trash or whatever, and, something gets said, and it's, hey, we're not, no. That's not going to fly. But for me, I get called whatever, it doesn't really bother me, but everybody's different, Whitey.
Right. I mean, look at Russell Westbrook. There's, you make fun of his name, which seems like kind of innocuous compared to some other things that players say to each other.
Yeah.
But for him, it's like, that's where the line is.
Now, it's always tough that you have now said that's where the line is because now everybody knows that bothers you, right?
Yeah.
But going back to the Matt George thing, if I were...
Where's the line for Allen? That's what this is all about.
No. But what's funny is in your mind you think, oh, well, you say certain jokes, and if I don't react, everyone says, hey, if you don't react, then it'll go away, right? Whitey, I don't react. It hasn't gone away for 2 years.
I know. I've noticed that. I may have participated a time or two myself.
Yeah. 2 years. I got to call my mom and say, remember when you told me not to react and it would stop? Well, it's not working, Mom.
All right. We can help. We can help with that. Yeah. What about the trade rumors? Let's see. According to Mark Stein, who seems like a pretty good source for this stuff. Would you agree? Some sources out there, be careful.
Yeah.
He says that the Kings are out on Ja, but I must confess some chatter to the contrary over the weekend has circulated suggesting that Sacramento's position could change if Memphis was prepared to accept a package headlined by DeMar DeRozan, Devin Carter, and some level of draft capital.
Why would Memphis say yes to that?
Right.
Or how much draft
That might be the Kings' position, but yeah, it's very unlikely that Memphis would. Ooh, okay, let's talk.
Yeah. I mean, Devin Carter, does everybody know he's still on the team? I mean, I haven't seen Devin Carter in forever. You know what I mean? So that's not moving anyone.
He played 14 seconds Friday night, I think. Yeah.
DeMar, I think DeMar could help a team. I don't know how he helps the Grizzlies. So then you start talking about draft capital, and that's been my whole thing with Ja. Look, we can separate the personal, whatever for Ja. My problem with Ja, he doesn't play enough. It's very simple. I look at Ja the same way I look at a running quarterback. These high-flying point guards that can't really shoot. So once you're not dunking, and once your athleticism is not where it once was, you've already had the injury bug. I can't be in the Ja business.
You're right. Sorry. And Allen, you could see that coming for years. Like, man, the way he plays, it's spectacular, but there's going to be a physical price that he's going to have to pay.
Yeah. And to me, I'm done with the double hashtag Matt George. I'm done with the double down, triple down, quadruple down. If you didn't want Trae Young, then I don't want to have any more conversations. Don't talk to me about Zion. Don't talk to me about Ja. Let's just let this thing go. You got Zach on an expiring contract this upcoming season. Sabonis will have 2 years left. You extend him, whatever. If you're out on Trae is in Washington now, cool. But I don't want to do any type of doubling down, Whitey. They already doubled down with Zach LaVine, so this would be a triple down at this point.
What about this note from Mark Stein? Toronto has interest in Sabonis, but the Kings are not interested, again, according to Mark Stein, in, what would it be, Emmanuel Quickley? I think what Mark Stein said is some of the contracts that Toronto would offer back, presumably Emmanuel Quickley, although Toronto would throw in a first-round pick.
I'd be listening, obviously, if you get a pick. But, yeah, that Emmanuel Quickley contract, we were talking about it off air, Whitey. He's in the second year of a 5-year deal, okay? And you're just not paying guys like Emmanuel Quickley. Nobody's paying guys like Emmanuel Quickley $32.5 million. That's what he's owed each year for what? He's in the second year of a 5-year deal. So
37% career three-point shooter.
I can't do it.
Scott Perry guy.
No, thank you. And we're still trying to figure, I guess, in that deal, how old is he?
He's 26.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that really what it is? And I think he'll be 27 in June.
Nah, man. Not at 32.5 a year. Can't do it. Won't do it. And, at this point, just go get Darren Peterson if that's what we're doing. If we're talking point guards, then just draft Darren Peterson. Obviously, you have to make sure you get the spot and all that. But I'm out, Whitey. I'm out on Emmanuel Quickley. I'm out on RJ Barrett.
I would seriously consider the Toronto deal, assuming it's anything like what's been reported, because of the first-round pick. However, right now Toronto is 4th in the East, so, unless they unravel, that pick's probably not going to be that great.
Yeah, right. And you already got 14 point guards on the team anyway, so.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep many of them,
You don't have a choice.
Although Malik last night, hello. Every time he plays, I can play point guard. all I hear is, we don't have a point guard.
Right. Yeah. And when we sat down with Malik at Media Day, and I said, hey, man, kind of feels like this whole thing has just been a little overblown that you cannot play point guard. You were just saying that wasn't your primary position. And he said, yeah, that's kind of how I would say it, but that's not how they looked at it. They brought in more point guards. I'm just glad, Whitey, at this point, are we done with the Malik sitting thing? Can we stop doing that now?
Well, as long as Schroeder's out. One more note here. League sources have told the Journal Sentinel, that's the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. League sources have told the Journal Sentinel that Milwaukee continues to have interest in Zach LaVine. Milwaukee has interest in him.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Well, money talks, and
they also have interest in Ja, apparently.
They don't know. They don't. I saw they were interested in Jalen Green.
Well, anyway, we have interest in whoever. Do we, Giannis? We do Giannis? We don't. No, we don't. No. My bad. It's all about what Giannis says.
Yeah, I mean, they're interested in everyone. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
No thanks.
I'm starting to get excited. There's possibilities here that appear to be developing. I just don't want us to be sitting here the day after the deadline going, well, they didn't do anything, but maybe this summer.
They have to do something. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to be the Zach LaVine deal, but somebody will be moved. I just have a feeling somebody's going to get moved.
When we come back, we'll take another look at those 49ers. Of all the improbable things the 49ers achieved yesterday, which is the most stunning? That's next. Allen Stiles with us today. He's going to be with us tomorrow, too, and every day after. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When value matters, Elk Grove Chevrolet delivers. Right now, purchase a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado for $4,500 off. The Silverado 1500 stands out with legendary towing power, a bold new design, and the dependability you expect from Chevy. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com for full details. Don't miss your chance to drive the new Chevrolet Silverado. Stop by Elk Grove Chevrolet today and experience quality that goes the distance.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Award-winning guitarist and songwriter Gary Clark Jr. Tour 2026, Saturday, January 31st, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. An electrifying night of music with Gary Clark Jr. Special guest, Marcus King Band. On sale at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Gary Clark Jr. Live.
At Sierra Pacific, your home's comfort comes first. Need fast heating or plumbing you can trust? Our skilled, friendly technicians are ready when you need them. Save 10% on heating or plumbing repairs this winter season. Get a heating system tune-up for just $79. Call today or visit SierraPacificHome.com. Legendary service and craftsmanship since 1984.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thanks for being with us on Unlikely Victory Monday. Alan Stiles here, though Alan says...
What?
Well, we got
What's
two...
unlikely?
I didn't think we'd be talking about 2 wins, Jay.
All right, okay, I got you. You're right.
I didn't think we'd be talking about a Kings win and a 49er win. But Alan Stiles, to your point, Jay, Alan Stiles says, I knew the 49ers would beat the Eagles.
I just never trusted the Eagles. You know, I never.
How high
trusted
did that
the
line
Eagles.
get? 6.5?
I saw 5.5, but maybe even more than that. But yeah, I think a lot of people were reacting to how bad the Niners looked against the Seahawks. But if you look at Brock, there was the Christmas game against the Ravens where he threw 3-4 interceptions, and that Seahawks game. Besides that, he's never looked that bad. So my betting money was there's no way Brock looks like that again.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
Somebody pointed out, I apologize, I forget who it was, on X. They pointed out that the only 2 postseason games Brock Purdy has lost is 1, the NFC title game in Philly where his arm fell off, and 2, the Super Bowl where when he left the field, they had the lead.
Yeah. I mean, the dude, to me, he makes things look really easy, right? And that was always my problem with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo and his happy feet and he's tap dancing, he did not make quarterbacking look easy. Like when I watched Jimmy Garoppolo play quarterback, I thought, man, there's no way I could be a QB. When I watch Brock Purdy play quarterback, I think, maybe if I, get the lefty going a little bit. And my point is, he makes it look easy. I know it's not easy, but there's certain guys out there that make things look easy, and Brock Purdy is one of them. And I think Tom Brady also was one of them. I'm not comparing the two, but I do think he was one of those guys. Whitey, one thing that they never said about me was, I didn't glide in the outfield, right? But those center fielders that they say, man, that guy, Adam Jones, that guy looks like a gazelle. He just glides out there.
Yeah.
It looks easy, right?
What they said about you is good speed, but not a burner.
Not a burner.
And I know because I read the scouting report.
That's right. Kenny Lofton-esque. I got the Kenny Lofton comp, but never a glider. But guys like that, they make it look easy. Brock makes it look easy. You know who doesn't make it look easy? Jalen Hurts. It looks very difficult.
Especially when he leaves the pocket before he has to.
Oh, my goodness. I'm thinking, man, I could never be a quarterback. I watch Brock. Okay, maybe you get the lefty in there, get going a little bit.
The big difference between Brock and Garoppolo, and I know it has to do with their skill level, but it's another big difference is the way Kyle Shanahan reacts after they make a bad throw. When Jimmy Garoppolo made a bad throw, you could see for Kyle's like, we got to run the ball every time. And with Brock, and maybe it's because Brock is better, but with Brock, you know how that irritates Shanahan, but he finds a way to still trust him.
Yeah.
He never trusted Garoppolo.
No, he didn't. And I think it's just a testament to who Brock is. I do think it's a match made in heaven. I'm just glad that we're done doing the Frankenstein thing where we put Herbert on the Niners and put Brock on the Pack, all this stuff. I'm just glad for the most part it feels like we stopped doing that.
Emma Drock from Vallejo says, yes, Whitey wasn't the head official in the 49ers-Eagles game from Philly. I believe he was. I think he grew up an Eagles fan.
Yes.
Yeah, but after he called the 5th penalty on the Eagles, I felt like, okay, I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, we're a little overcorrecting there. Well, I don't want anybody to say anything, so I'm going to be.
Did the 49ers, did they end up with just the 1 penalty? I know for a long time they just had the 1 penalty, which was the roughing on Hurts when he slid, and it was not a good penalty.
No, that's the only one I recall. But, yeah, they were just buttoned up, man.
Yeah.
They were just buttoned up, and, when you get to the playoffs, all of the issues that you've tried to kind of hide, they come to light. And I just think it's so fitting that the Eagles went out because of A.J. Brown. Not fully, but in part because of A.J. Brown. This whole thing started and ended the same way, and it is just so fitting.
So he had a lot of drops. The Eagles had a lot of drops yesterday.
Yeah, and they just kept getting worse.
Yes.
Each one was worse. And you thought, okay, well, he's going to make up for it, and he didn't. And, as we start to turn the page now, I'm sure we will kind of later in the week, but I look at Seattle and, there was a lot of talking with Diamador Lenore and Jackson Smith and Jigba, and they're going back and they're going forth. But, yeah, the Eagles or the Seahawks, they got that win. I'm sure the Niners, probably the last team they want to see again. I'm telling you. I know it looked bad for the Niners that first go-round, but I'm telling you, the Seahawks, they did not want to see the Niners again.
3 for 31. 3 penalties for 31 yards.
3 for 31, thank you. I know, like I said, for a long time, that was the only penalty, and I know the Eagles had more penalties. I know what the 49ers are upset about more than playing Seattle. I don't know, maybe, was it Juwan Jennings said, yeah, let's go. Mm-hmm. But they're not happy about having to come back to the West Coast late, and then they got a short week.
Yeah.
Another short week.
Shanahan tried. He tried, please just give us the game on Sunday, but, and look, nothing has gone in the right direction for the Niners, and they keep winning. So just pile on all the issues at this point.
Couldn't they have just played? Because the Bears and Rams both played on Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. So you play them on Saturday.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you.
The only thing I can think of is, okay, if you did that and then the 49ers lost to the Seahawks, then the next week the Rams or Bears winner would have an extra day of rest, but I don't know. That, to me, I know it's all about TV, but at some point you've got to try to preserve the integrity of the game. And, let's give all the teams the best chance they have to win.
Man, that was out of the game plan 30 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
I know
Come
that.
on now.
I know that. But, especially with all the injuries, just give them not a long week, but just a regular week, not a short week.
Yeah. It definitely feels kind of unacceptable for the playoffs specifically.
Exactly. Yeah. They should have at least some interest in putting the best product on the field. All that said, of all the improbable things the 49ers achieved yesterday, Matt Barrows calls them the improbables now, what was to you the most surprising? You had that incredible pass. You had 49ers coming from behind on the road. You had them overcoming 2 turnovers. The turnover margin was -2, right? And that's tough to win on the road. A lot of things. It's like, wow, I'm surprised they did that. What to you was the most surprising?
I would probably say, like I said, I never really trusted the Eagles' offense. But with that being, even though I didn't trust it, I think the kind of bend, don't break defense from the Niners, they give up yards. They do. But the kind of bend, don't break, getting stops when you need to, I think that was probably the thing where I just said at some point the Eagles are going to turn this thing on, but they just didn't. And
I'm with you.
And I think the kudos goes to the Niners defense, and they'll give up yards, but when it's time to kind of buckle down, they buckle down.
Yeah, on third downs, I'm with you 100%, Alan. The Eagles started on third down, they were 3 for 3. After that, the rest of the game on converting on third down, they were 2 for 13. And they had, I think, 4 3-and-outs. And that was the thing. So many times the 49ers, they'd have to punt or, if they can just get a stop here. They did. Mm-hmm. They got another one. Yeah. That beaten down defense, in some ways, was having its way with the Eagles. And you're right. A lot of it was probably the dysfunction of the Eagles' offense. And there's going to be people losing their jobs because of that. But that surprised me more than anything else in that game.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Eagles led the league in 3-and-outs. They just either they get the bomb right to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, or they're done. And I think obviously part of that is not being able to run the football. They couldn't run the football all season. But yeah, most 3-and-outs, they kind of led the league with that. And I think the Niners knew all we got to do is put together a little something. Because, that Seahawks game, we're all going back to it, but the Niners were red hot offensively, red hot. And I just thought there's no way that the Eagles score with the Niners. And they're not getting shut down again like that.
I also thought to have a chance to win, the 49ers were going to have to be able to run the ball at least a little bit. Mm-hmm. They did not. They could not. They still won. Yeah. What about you, Jay? The one thing that surprised you more than anything?
2 things. The way that Wallow played for me for a second. Eric Kendricks didn't surprise me because I thought coming in, and Rob Brooks said it, and he texted me after the game. It's like, I told you about Eric Kendricks. We knew, and he said it right here on the show, that he would probably fashion to be the best, recovering linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, covering linebacker for the 49ers in pass operations. But the way Wallow played, man, definitely surprised me. He was playing the gaps. He was playing the lanes. And then the other thing is, it's not such a good thing, but the way that the Eagles went at Diamador Lenore, And in the first half, Diamador was getting cut up. He was getting challenged, and I didn't know where he was going to rebound. In the second half, he did his thing. So it'd be very interesting because we know the conversation that's getting ready to happen this week, fellas, is JSN versus Diamador Lenore. And the way the Eagles went at Demo last week it's going to be interesting to see how he bounces back against somebody that's we know is better than A.J. Brown, is JSN.
Yeah, another surprise, and I know that Trent Williams being back makes a huge difference. But again, Seattle, and as you say, Alan, as so many of us compared everything to that one Seattle game, which was probably erroneous. But Brock Purdy didn't have time, to even – he didn't have 3 seconds back there to throw. He didn't have any time. And he was clean yesterday.
Yeah.
Clean pocket and a clean jersey.
Right. And I think that's what Drapes was talking about too. He thought that the Eagles would get after Brock a little bit more, but you can't give that type of time to Brock. And obviously you're making the quick decisions, but we know about him being able to process, and he's such a great processor, but you give that type of time to Brock and Kyle Shanahan, you're cooked. It's just not going to happen. The swarming defense, everything we saw, and Brock handles the blitz well too, but everything we saw from the Seahawks, and as we go forward and start talking about this upcoming game, Whitey, I don't even know if the Seahawks can replicate it. That was such a situation that we've never really seen happen to Brock, and the stars kind of align for the Seahawks, and I don't even know if they can do it again.
So you're saying the Seahawks will come in a little overconfident, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, this is a great situation for the Niners, in my opinion, because they know what the Seahawks are going to try to do. They just saw it not too long ago, and the Seahawks kind of showed their hand and showed what they are all about. Now, that's not to say that the Niners can stop it, but I'd much rather something that I've seen before, and I have film of that, than a random team. If they had the Bears, I guess they played the Bears too, but just some other NFC team that they haven't really played, or maybe only played once. They played the Seahawks twice now, so I think that's a great situation.
The Rams were that close.
Yeah.
The Rams were so close, Jay. I was actually watching towards the end of that game. I was at Emran's store. There's everybody in there is rooting for the Panthers.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and Bryce Young, good story for the Panthers. They made it to the playoffs.
Remember, excuse me for interrupting, but I was thinking this watching the game because you and I were doing a crossover, I don't know, whenever it was, at some point last year. Remember, you were asking me, Bryce Young, do you just have to give up on him at this? Remember that? And it was a fair question at the time.
Yeah, and now, I mean, I still don't know, actually. I mean, they went to the playoffs, but you have to commit to him, I guess, but I don't know.
At least he's not a bust.
No.
No.
He ain't a bust.
He's not a bust.
Slow down.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah. Come on, bro.
I mean, he's a quarterback. I don't know. Who are you taking him over?
Tons of people.
He's just I don't know that he's not a bust.
What constitutes a bust? Yeah. What constitutes a bust for you?
We can't play the guy. He's killing us.
Yeah.
Sure. Trey Lance, right? Trey Lance bust.
Yeah, at this point. Yeah, even though I say we don't know what he is. Okay.
I would agree with that. Jameis Winston.
Yeah, for me,
yeah.
He's better, though. Bryce Young's better, though.
Is he, though?
Yeah, he's better, man.
Than Jameis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
And he still has a ceiling.
Yes.
There's a lot we don't know
We still don't know exactly.
Which is a lot about goes in. Is he a bust? Well, I don't know. There's still all this room.
Bryce Young is a Brock Purdy disciple to me. He's a.
How's that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, but as a number one overall pick, he's fine. But I don't know.
There's a lot of them who aren't fine.
Yeah,
there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league who are fine.
I don't know how Jameis is a bust, but Bryce isn't. I don't know about that one.
Well, because Jameis, what did he throw? 30 interceptions one year.
He put them yards out there, though.
Yeah, but he can't play. No one wants.
Well, now. But I'm saying not now. Mm-hmm. I'm saying Bryce Young is starting for the Panthers. You're a Panther fan. Let me ask you this way: you're a Panther fan. How confident are you?
By the way, I'm not, right?
No.
Just theoretically, I don't want someone to think. Yeah.
How confident are you in Bryce Young? As a Panther fan.
After this year, I think there's a chance. I think there's promise, and I think there's still a chance he ends up being a really good quarterback. It is far from guaranteed, but he showed enough this year in some big games He made some big throws in there.
And
in his first playoff game, he made some big throws.
You're taking
There's
Bryce
nothing
Young?
about that says bust.
In this economy, whew, I don't know about that one, Whitey.
Yeah. Well, I think the way you're asking it is not accurate, because I'm saying, and Jay's with me, we're saying he's not a bust, and you're saying, would you take him over so-and-so or those? That's two different questions.
Well, it just depends on what.
He cannot play.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell. Yeah.
Right.
I guess, yeah.
Sam Bradford.
You can start games, in my opinion, and you can have a level of success and be a bust to me. So we're just talking about, I think, two different levels.
Give me an example.
Bust.
I mean, technically, Jamarcus won some games, just not very many.
You're right. Well, I think that's why I thought Jameis was kind of a good one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a confusing conversation. Mm-hmm. So there's Jameis. Johnny Manziel.
He's a bust.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's a bust, right? But he also didn't go number one overall. I don't know.
Jury's still out. I think it was like, wow, he was this close to being rubber stamp it, bust, he can't play. And now I think it's pretty clear, like, no, he could play.
I wouldn't say
he had a good year, did some good things.
He is not out of the running to be a bust to me. I don't know if I'd call him one, but
well,
the jury is still out.
There, I would not call him one. Could he still be one? Sure. You can say that about a lot of young quarterbacks. But as of right now, he is not.
Okay.
There's opportunity.
Yeah.
See, I think the argument for Jameis Winston is he's 32 years old. He's done. Unless he catches Kurt Warner. I mean, he can't even start on teams for whatever reason. Bryce Young probably will get the Sam Darnold treatment. He may get the treatment of, he may lead the Baker Mayfield and get another opportunity with another team. I'll just say this. Carolina's done what they've popped, certain things that they could do to assist them, but they ain't got world beaters over there. Their defense ain't just marching through, everybody else's offense. He's played with some very average teams too, So I think you got to give him a little opportunity. Yeah. I'm with you, though. He ain't out the weeds.
Right.
But I think as of right now, he's not a bust.
He's looking better. He's looking better than when he was getting benched.
How much do you think the 49er chances of actually winning this week against Seattle hinge on Sam Darnold turning into a pumpkin?
I think it's another
it's on the board, isn't it?
Like I said, the Seahawks, they just did this. Sam has his coming out party. He plays well in a big game. The last team you want to face is the team that you just said, oh, we made it out the weeds. And we figured out we won this Niner game. Now you got to face them again because it's one thing to bet on Sam Darnold to be good for one game against the same team. Now you got to bet on him to not turn into a pumpkin again.
Uh-huh.
And I would not bet on that. I'm just saying. We know these teams, they can get hot, right? You might have whatever ranked defense, but your defense can get hot. Your offense can get hot. I'm just saying, I would not want to be a Seahawks fan. I wouldn't.
Where does that game, Jay, rank for you in all your time as a 49er fan?
Eagles or Seattle?
The game yesterday, the comeback, all things considered.
Not that high.
Really?
Yeah. I
thought it was tremendous.
You top 10?
Easily.
What?
Yeah. And I'm not saying it was 10 most important, but 10 most thrilling.
Okay.
Because of the stakes. It reminded me a lot of the win in Green Bay a few years ago.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was also a low-scoring game.
Talanoa Hufanga.
By the way, he made All-Pro. Second team, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Talanoa.
And he should have. They balled. Denver played well.
Could have used him. Yeah. But
what happened to Greenlaw?
Yeah. That was a tremendous win. It reminded me in some ways also of the win over the Saints. The Vernon Davis.
Davis, yeah.
Yeah, and I know they were not the same type of games, but it was an incredibly
top 10?
Yes.
All the history that the 49ers have had. Top 10?
I'm not like you guys in this sense. I did not think the 49ers had a super chance to win the game. It sounds like you guys did.
I did.
I thought they had a chance, but I was like, this is going to be tough. So maybe that's one reason why I was more surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it came down to the final.
Oh, it was a great game. Great game.
Drive.
No doubt about it, right?
But the Eagles, pardon me?
Top 10? I mean, just count them off here. Where do the Super Bowl games rank for you for the 49ers?
I have more games because I'm older
Of course, you OG. Nothing wrong with that.
The catch is up there.
Okay, that's one.
Uh-huh. The Super Bowl over Cincinnati.
2.
The second one.
Yeah, 3 INTs by Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Green Bay game.
3.
I don't
TO 20.
That's the one I'm talking about, the TO
right.
catch 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And even just recently, some of the Harbaugh wins that went over the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The comeback over the Falcons was huge to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yesterday.
6. Okay. I like how you threw that in there. I mean, I understand. It's recency bias. No doubt about it. But top 10 49er game ever? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a thrilling game.
It was. It was up until the very end. Now, why do we on the text line?
Yeah.
916 says is Tua a bust?
Ooh, I think he's
close.
right there on the edge. He's on the precipice.
He is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. He's gone to the playoffs, but he's a bust to me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know a lot of 49er fans when the team won. They had spontaneous celebrations and parties. How was your partying weekend in Guerneville?
Guerneville was a lot of fun.
Jay,
Where?
Guerneville.
Where
Russian
is that
River?
It basically Russian River.
People call it Gurneyville.
Yeah.
There was a bachelor party in Gurneyville.
Yeah, we would just, it was a lot of golf, right? Or we played Northwood.
Who chose this?
That is a good question.
Look, it was a quick turnaround. They're getting married at the end of the month, end of January. So we had to get out there. We got out there. We played Northwood. It's from the same person that designed Augusta. Okay, so we played out there, a 9-hole, and we went out and we had a good time.
You had to start early, I would think, because downtown closes at like 3:30.
I mean, pretty much. Pretty much.
Still got the penny candy store?
Pretty much. It was a good time, though.
Is that out by Sonoma? Like Sonoma area?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that's where Russian River is at, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like 30 minutes
so kind
from
of
Santa
north
Rosa.
coast, but a little bit inland with the Russian River.
All right.
Yeah,
It was
it's
not
beautiful country.
Yeah,
For sure.
It wasn't a fun drive.
Is that still the 707?
I think so. It wasn't a fun drive.
Was that the kind of you're going back and forth and back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, it's you're up, you're down, enough. Just stick me on a highway.
So what'd you take to get there? What freeway?
I took. Well, at one point I was on 37.
Okay.
So
you went right by Vallejo.
Yeah. No, I passed. What is it? Not Marine World anymore. It's
Six
Flags.
Flags. Right.
Yeah. Medusa.
Of course.
Okay. I was always a Kong guy myself, though. But I like both. So I had to took that way. Had to pass by the exit for Sonoma State, Roanoke Park Expressway, and then you had to go up and down. And
yeah.
It was a good time, though.
May I ask who put this trip together?
Super
Albeit
question.
even if it's late or not.
It was just it was a group project, is what I will say.
Can I say how many heads were part of this group?
It was 6 of us, 7 of us. Mm-hmm.
Why
Jay?
Russian River? I know it's beautiful up there, but
Just check
bachelor party Russian River.
I don't know if we would,
Don't mesh.
You're right.
Sirianni, A.J. Brown here.
we would call it a bachelor party. I don't like
call it that because that's what you called it.
I don't like labels like Scott Perry. It was,
just kind of hanging out with a guy.
Just a guy's weekend.
I want diversity of thought but with unity of purpose.
Seriously? So it was more or less a golf trip mixed in with some male bonding and celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
Let's
someone
call it
who's going to be getting married soon.
Right.
And you paid homage to someone.
Technically already married.
Well, okay. All right.
Oh, this thing was all messed up.
Technically speaking.
Okay.
Look, man, I get the call. I want to go out there. I go out there. Hey, aren't you Allen Stiles? Yeah, please keep it down. That's what I tell them.
At Russian River?
Oh, everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we'll be hearing Allen Stiles doing endorsement spots for Guerneville. The Guerneville Chamber of Commerce.
Got a bachelor party?
Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Allen Stiles for Guerneville.
Yeah, 101 North.
Where'd you stay, bro?
Airbnb.
Okay.
Nice house.
Everybody?
Nice house.
Put it together? Okay. No doubt, no
right
doubt.
on the river. Nice house.
May I ask?
Too cold to go in the river, though, right?
No.
Is your wife listening?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then we'll keep it off here because I know you didn't do anything wrong, but I'm just anything that would jeopardize obviously the relationship. But I'm just interested what a person does on a bro trip, maybe a little golf, maybe we celebrated somebody's, paid homage to their, wedding or whatever. It sounds like they were already married. Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
Curiouser.
Right.
Yeah. Were there any actual bachelors at the bachelor
There was
party?
one.
There was one. Okay.
But not the guy.
Not the guy. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No wonder
sums it up.
No wonder you got to go on the trip. Your wife was like, "That is absolutely boring. You guys won't be doing nothing that I could possibly be worried about."
Literally.
Yeah.
But
did you take the kids? I mean, take them to the river.
It was a great time out there.
It
was a great time out there. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. That's Allen Stiles. He's with us every day now. When we come back, who will the Kings pick if they win the lottery? We think we know, and Jay's going to like this next. How about you? Do you like it? Coming up, Sactown Sports.
Injured, and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called home court advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam! The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center January 23rd through 25th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Savings available on select opening night tickets.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITBFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The new year is a great time for reflection, to appreciate all the good things in your life, and to prepare your resolutions, or bucket list as I like to call it. 2026 would be the perfect time to introduce someone new to the game of golf. Let them in on the fun. Or if you've never played, it's a wonderful time to start. Maybe go to a driving range, maybe take an introductory lesson. If you're an established golfer, maybe you want to get fitted for a new set of golf clubs. Maybe you want to take some refresher lessons to sharpen up your game. Consider a golf getaway, either with your significant other or a group of buddies. It's a great way to play new golf courses, eat some tasty new foods, and certainly laugh a lot with your friends. If you normally use a golf cart, consider walking with a push cart, or maybe even lightening your bag and carrying your golf clubs. Go back and play where you played your first round of golf, or your all-time favorite round. Remember why you play the game and how much it means to you. Leave the course in better condition than you found it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, in just a moment, we'll look at the player that, according to one highly placed source, the Kings consider the top player in the draft. We'll look at that in just 1 second. Allen Stiles with us today. I got distracted for just a moment here, Allen. I was checking Bryce Young's numbers, and I'm looking for something that says bust, and I ain't seeing it, brother.
Well, look closer.
I ain't seeing it. He had a pretty nice year.
Yeah, he had a good year.
23 touchdowns, 11 picks. Now, that's not like, look out, Joe Montana. But that's pretty good. Threw for 3,000 yards.
Yeah. I just don't know what he's good at.
Looks like he's pretty good at protecting the ball. And he's also, this to me is why I can't say he's a bust. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. I know they're out now. Anyway, he's gotten a little bit better every year.
Yeah. Yeah. When I had said that he kind of reminds me of Brock Purdy, I just mean from the measurables standpoint, doesn't have a cannon arm, he didn't even run the 40, right? He was standing there with his backpack on. So I struggle. We do this thing with Brock Purdy where we say, oh, he's such a good processor because he doesn't have the biggest arm, because he isn't the fastest guy or he isn't the biggest guy. So it reminds me of that, and he kind of reminds me of that. He's just Brock Purdy with better PR. That's what he is. He's just Brock Purdy that went to a bigger school.
Well, I'm a big passer rating guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And his wasn't great. He's 30th in the league.
See, I tried to tell you.
Yeah. But he's getting better every year.
I got the eye test.
Can't say bust. Guy leads his team to the playoffs, 23 touchdowns, 64% completion, 3,000 yards. Oh, bust.
We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know.
But he's not now.
We've agreed that it's a maybe. We don't know.
All right.
He could go in either direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do not know. Now, Anthony Richardson, that guy's cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a clear bust.
He may get another shot, though.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Until he's done again.
Yeah. Speaking of going in different directions, the Kings could go in a lot of different directions if they end up with a top 3 pick. I don't know who you would pick, Alan. I know who Jay would like. Who's your guy, Jay, in this draft so far?
That'd be Mr. AJ. Mr. AJD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's no doubt about it. Athletic, mid-range game, difficult shot maker, got low attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that was a top 5 guy and chooses BYU, I'm a little interested why. You know what I mean? That dude's standing on his 2 feet by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm locking in AJ.
Mm-hmm. As of right now, you look at team standings in what would be the lottery. Indiana's 1. New Orleans, that pick goes to Atlanta. 2nd, and the Kings are 3rd, just ahead of Washington. How about you, Alan? Who's your guy right now? We got time to change it. Mm-hmm. No one's going to hold you to this necessarily. Who's your guy if you got the first pick?
I'm probably going AJ. I'm probably going AJ, just like Jay said. I haven't seen Darren Peterson enough. I can't do it. Like I said, Whitey, I got point guard fatigue a little bit. So I just want one of those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these other teams have these 6'8", 6'9". I don't know if you saw what Austin Rivers said, how it's just a bunch of Tejan Salons. You right? Like every team has a bunch of projects.
Is he the guy that was your guy, or is that somebody? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was your guy.
He was my guy. And he looks better. like Bryce Young, right? Getting better every year. And the Kings don't have one of those guys. Now Denny has been doing point guard duties up in Portland.
He's also your guy.
He is. He's also my guy, too. The Kings
Jordan
don't have...
Poole's also your guy.
No, stop that.
He was.
Yeah, he was. Jacuzzi and pool party out there in Washington.
Boy, sound like a better time than Gurneyville.
Jay's still on me over that.
Dude, man,
Jay,
that
just
is
trying
boring.
to figure it out.
There's nothing to figure out.
There's not. That's the point. Sarcastically, I think that's where we're getting to is you should have just took the family. You'd had a better time, bro.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tom Morton. Shouts out to Tom Morton. Tell Stiles, that's Alistair McKenzie. He designed Northwood.
That's right. Told you.
Go.
Mm-hmm. I told you.
You seen Tom Morton yet for a lesson?
I'm working on it.
Oh, you got to see him.
I know.
He'll take care of you. He'll fix you, too.
Well, I know somebody else at this station uses Tom, but I'm not supposed to say who. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but I know.
All right.
And if that person listening, I know.
Huh.
It's not just...
Well, he's real good. He hears somebody in the media.
No, I know,
they
but
need
there's
help.
someone here who pretends like they don't take lessons, but they do.
Who, Dave?
On a station?
Wade Jones.
I mean, the best golfers in the world take lessons.
Just saying.
You know? I mean,
Is that a bad thing? You take lessons?
No.
Alan? Oh,
it's not a bad thing.
So.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Tells me you're serious about your game.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when I decided, and I haven't played golf in a while, I decided it was so stupid for me to get mad when I mishit a shot because you got the best golfers in the world. They practice every day.
Yeah.
I never practice, and it's really hard. So, yeah, you're going to shake one here or there.
I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is it? It's got to be Dave.
I'm not going to say
I
yes
could talk
or
to you
no.
about girth.
Poor Dave. You heard him today with Scott Perry? Did you hear Dave today with Scott Perry, Jay?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and it happened. We all have things. Especially when you do mornings and part of your brain's doing one thing and part of your brain's doing another. And they asked Scott Perry on, asked him some interesting questions. He got some interesting comments. And then as they're wrapping it up, David started saying, wow, you got your Kings playing tonight and you got your Steelers playing tonight. And so when they wrapped it up, Dave says, all right, well, good luck to your Lakers tonight. To Scott Perry. Yeah. And I don't think he caught it. And J. Ross goes, wait, what? And yeah. So, yeah. It happens.
Hey. Sometimes you go wide right.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Anyway, Matt George, who's got his, he's now doing the show that Alan used to do. Thanks for keeping the seat warm for me, Alan. Man, I don't know.
What is the 5 fingers? Say to the face. Slap.
Now you have people, Whitey. Now you have people going back and listening to Matt and chiming in saying, "Man, Alan, that was rough."
It was. Oh, it was. And I feel partly responsible.
That was my bad. I started that out.
No,
we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. No, I've never been better.
Because he just kept like, all right, you kicked him once. All right, you kicked him 5 more times. He's down. What are we doing? But anyway.
Now you're giving him the people's elbow.
Yeah. And then Kayla from the top rope, It's like, whoa.
Like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I thought the one thing that really grabbed my attention the most from the Scott Perry interview was Dave asked him a question about, and he had to kind of be careful the way he asked it. Look, you've got this environment for young players, and you're trying to make sure it's conducive to them developing, and you've got some veterans there that do things differently. Maybe they're not happy. You have to be mindful of making sure the environment is good for the young players. And Scott Perry said, yeah. And he went right to, he said, look, DeMar is great for the young players, and so is Russ. And I know I myself have wondered about that. Gee, is this the best environment for the young players? And, I wondered about those guys. And Scott Perry went right to it and said, those guys are, we are mindful of that. And they are good for the young players to be around. So that was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they're losing games, but I don't know why. We were talking about being numb to things. I feel like they've almost separated themselves from the games in a way, not in a negative, but Scott Perry, everything that they're doing is almost independent of the games. They're still getting what they need to get out of everything, even when they lose. So I think they've kind of just separated themselves from, not that they don't care, but they're still learning and getting everything they need to from the vets, even in losses.
Yeah. My assumption would be that everybody in basketball ops is thinking, especially the people involved in the games, is thinking, look, once we move off of some of the contracts, get some people in other places at the deadline, then we'll have a clearer sense of, all right, this is our team and this is what we're doing. And now you're kind of going different directions, which is just tough on the veterans, the young players, Coach Christie. So hopefully they'll get there. But here's where I was going. Matt George on the new Sactown Sports Daily Kings pod, which is underway. He says, and let me tell you something. Little Birdie told me that has a pretty good idea, a pretty reliable source. Let me know that if there's a leader in the clubhouse amongst the Sacramento Kings organization right now, it's AJ. The Sacramento Kings, I've been told, really love themselves some AJ DeBanza. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they don't have one of those guys. I think the problem with Cam Boozer is I don't know that he's going to be a number one for you. Darren Peterson, nobody, the point guard thing is just tough right now unless you got a Cade Cunningham type. I know they said Darren goes about 6'5", but it makes sense that they like A.J. DeBanza. He is the type of player that they don't have right now. And honestly, he's not the same type of player as Kuminga, but we can kind of tell the type that Scott Perry has. It's just not a guy. They don't have a guy like that.
I don't have any problem with A.J. DeBanza. I reserve the right to continue to study him. So I'm fine with him. The idea of them getting him would be great. But to your point, a number of these guys would be bringing what the Kings don't have, right? Boozer to a degree with Darren Peterson. But do you think DeBanza has more of that?
I think he has more of it. I just like DeBanza's offensive prowess more so than Cam Boozer.
To me, he looks a little more electric, for lack of a better term. Like, some guys just have a little extra jolt.
Yeah. Well, when we talk about baseball, it sounds different coming off of his bat That's what it's like with Dabanza, and I don't see that with Cam Boozer. I don't know what to do with Cam Boozer, to be honest with you. But Darren Peterson, I've never seen the brother play. He don't play. Mm-hmm. So by default, kind of, I'm going with A.J. Dabanza.
He's averaging almost 30 points a game, Alan, Darren Peterson. I know he's had some hamstring problems.
And then he's taking himself out of games. He's putting himself back in games. It's very confusing.
Yeah, A.J. Dabanza, 26.1 points, 8.1 rebounds, 4.4 assists. I mentioned that because one of my concerns about him going back to the start of the season was I don't know about his handle. And I don't think that's really been a problem. Now, it's obviously he's not give me the ball, run the offense through me.
Yeah.
But he does have a high usage rate. He's having a heck of a year.
No, he is. He is. But again, we're going to this new world of primary ball handlers. And to bring it all the way back around, that's why I'm sorry, brother, I cannot pay Emmanuel Quickley $32 million a year. Not for the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. Can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving towards, this new realm of just primary ball handlers. And kind of, I don't want to say LeBron started it, but LeBron obviously being the point forward type. Cooper Flagg, they got him running around doing some point guard stuff. I can't pay Emmanuel Quickley $32.5 million a year.
I know that this is your first show with us, and I know that when you're doing the Allen Stiles show, you used to do the lottery simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to? Are you going to do that?
No, we're not doing that.
Why?
We're not doing that.
Why? I got it ready.
Let him do it once, Jay. Get out of his system.
Yeah, go ahead, man. While you do that, I'm gonna give you a description. Charmingly rustic, the town population 4,534 mixes towering redwoods, cool river waters, and laid-back attitudes. Delights in a pleasing blend that makes it a popular destination, Mr. Gleason. It has always been a welcoming gateway for the Bay Area community. Visitors can stay in cozy cabins or rustic resorts, eat at trendy restaurants or quaint cafes. Enjoy outdoor adventures, and you can also visit more than 50 wineries within a 20-minute drive. Name that place.
Sounds like Guerneville.
Yeah, you got it, my brother.
Nothing says bachelor party like quaint cafes.
You guys, I'm telling you, I'm taking you guys up there, man.
Run it, Jay.
Over there. All right, I ran it.
Alan? Yeah. He doesn't have anything.
Dude, we're not putting no sound to that.
With the fifth pick.
Fifth pick.
Yeah, drop 2.
Caleb Wilson.
I'll take him.
I'm with you.
I'll take him. I'll take him too.
Koa Pete.
In this one, Whitey, the Hawks got the number 1 pick. The Spurs got the number 2 pick. The Pacers got the number 3. The Wizards got the 4th pick. And the Kings got the 5th pick.
All right. Really good chance it happens that way, and I know people are going to be really upset if they end up sliding down. What did we take? But we got a lot of pizza left in the box before.
Well, yeah, and we'll talk about it a ton when we're at our draft lottery party.
Oh, okay. Draft lottery party.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're putting it on.
When we come back, did you enjoy the best playoff weekend in NFL history, even if you were in Guerneville? Next on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers advance.
Over the middle, tip, incomplete. San Francisco takes over, looking to take away the upset.
The Seahawks are next.
He's got it, and 20 more. Touchdown, Seattle.
Stay on your home of the San Francisco 49ers. Sactown Sports 1140.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people. At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Just once a year, NorCal's largest gathering for anglers, hunters, boaters, RVers, and off-roading enthusiasts. Buy the latest gear, discover the best destinations. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
That's right, it's Allen Stiles. Welcome once again, Alan. Any kind of adjustment for you? You know, just going to the different time slot? I've done that a time or two in my career.
Yeah, obviously, I am I'm not a huge fan of change, and I'm sure my family is laughing hearing that. So I'm not great with change, so this was quite the adjustment. But yeah, it was a lot better. We had a doctor's appointment with baby number 2 this morning, so I got to go to that. Normally I wouldn't be able to go to that or rushing around, so it definitely will help a lot. So I like being in this slot. I just got to get used to it.
I know you used to rant and rave about the fact that sometimes on this show we have to wrap things up early because we have a game to air.
Yes.
It kind of truncates the end of the show, and so now you can be the beneficiary of that.
That's right.
Although it's hard, I'll tell you, because you want to keep doing the show.
Right.
You want to, I want to do another hour.
Yeah. No, I mean, there are going to be a lot of opportunities where I'm sure I'm driving home thinking, I was supposed to say this.
Yep.
I wanted to say that.
Yep.
But then we'll do it all again the next day.
Yeah. In fact, tonight we take you up to game night, 5:30. So we got the Kings and the Lakers tonight.
Yeah, and I guess people aren't thrilled. A lot of Laker fans, not huge Jake LaRavia fans. I guess they needed more, or they're wanting more. They don't know what they want, man. They don't know. They just want to complain. You know what I mean? They just want to complain.
Jay, the place, as you well know, as you know, Alan, the place will be crawling with Laker fans again tonight. That's just the nature of it. Especially, I would think, there's less reason for Kings fans to want to be there, but I know it hadn't been close to being sold out. But the crowds, to me, have been like, wow, there's not a ton of people there, but the people who have come have been very spirited and have represented themselves and their city well, in my opinion.
Yeah. People are still saying, I think it was the first time the Kings beat the Rockets. That was the overtime game with that loud crowd pop. I think it was when Dennis Schroeder hit the corner three. And, people will bag on the Kings, and it's more so about some of the decisions that the leadership has made. But when you get something like that, I think that the basketball world all agrees, not that they all agree about everything, but they all agree there's just nothing like it when Sacramento is rocking. To be rocking like that, I think it was a Grizzlies person. They said, look, I'm a huge Grizzlies fan and I appreciate the Grizzlies, but if my team was 8 and whatever, it would not sound like that. And that's one thing that Sacramento can say, yeah, there's really nobody else like us.
Who's East Coast Charlie? Is that your friend?
Yes. This is our guy Charlie.
All right.
Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie joining us?
Yes, Uncle Charlie.
Yeah.
Will you Alan, my man, I'm here.
Uncle Charlie, what you got for us?
Oh, man. You know how hard it's been since yesterday with your 49ers rolling in. Man, was that pathetic? I'm sure you watched that game. I mean, come on. Yeah. That last drive, it was like 10 plays in that last drive. They must have ran 8 plays twice. I mean, it was pathetic. I only played to the high school level, but I could see they're running the same stuff. There's nothing going on there. They're killing me, man.
I know.
It's horrible. We lost our both OCs in a good run there with Steichen, head coach. There goes Kellen, head coach. And Papio, I can't even pronounce his name anymore. He's killing me, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. He should be out of town already. I don't need to know his name. That's horrible.
I know.
Killing me.
I know. Thanks, Uncle Charlie. That's Uncle Charlie, everybody.
Well, I had to chime in, man. I had to come in and say, because I'm a Birds fan. You know that, brother. And I know you're doing your deal out there at the 49ers, so good luck to you. I hope you run it now. I'm out. I just want to say, hey.
Thanks, Charlie.
And tell the girls I said hello, love them, and later.
Thank you.
See ya.
I got a question. What the hell was that, Alan?
I don't know. Uncle Charlie.
The first day on the show is when you decide, hey, let's get Uncle Charlie on.
He said he wanted to call in.
Thank you.
Is he really anybody's uncle, or he mentioned your girls?
He's my wife's aunt, her husband.
Okay. All right. I got you. Okay. All right.
I didn't know where we were going.
I mean, that's nice and everything, but Jay, we might have to institute some new rules.
Yeah, well, we are, but you know what?
I didn't know we needed them.
Never called in before.
Well, this is the thing. Somebody 5-3. The best part is Alan is the most likable guy on the station by far. I disagree. It's Jason Ross. At least he's a good sport about it.
Yeah.
And so with the acceptance, we got nothing but love with Allen now. He's a drive guy officially.
Yeah.
And so we're going to allow him to get certain things, but it's a show. He's got to be able to get certain things called in. But, like whatever that thing is, the draft tankathon and stuff like that. Yeah, we're not doing that. But we'll give you Uncle Charlie. I got love for Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie. Thanks for calling in, Uncle Charlie.
And then Alan's trying to console him a little bit.
Yeah,
and then he's
Charlie.
like, I'm a Bears fan. What?
Wow.
All right. Yeah. That's not a regular feature or anything, is it?
No, he's never
that
called
once a
in.
week?
He's never called in.
Is he a guest on Allen Stiles show?
Never
once a
been.
Week? Okay.
Never been.
All right.
Today was the day.
We'll get it sponsored.
Yes.
We'll get it sponsored. Was, by some measure, the best playoff weekend in NFL history. The first 4 games of the weekend were all decided by 4 points or fewer. No previous wildcard weekend had more than 3 such games. And there's never been an NFL postseason with more than 6 games decided by 4 points or fewer. Incredible games.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I was just listening to whoever it was, and they were saying how this NFL season hasn't been great.
Was it Uncle Charlie?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Uncle Charlie.
All right.
But the parody and everything that we're seeing, I think that this NFL season has been great. What is happening?
My boy called in to boost the ratings. Capio said Styles got his family calling in to boost his viewership.
You guys are killing me, man.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm glad we got to hear from him. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Straight up, nothing but love. Everybody's on now, baby.
Yeah.
North side, east side. What part of Philly he living in, Alan?
He's in, yeah.
Well, north side is probably not. East side?
No, well, they're all from Central PA, so
Okay.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's where they're located.
Is that where you met your wife back there? Because
she went to Temple. Yeah,
yeah.
She played softball.
Yeah.
She got full ride.
Yeah.
I did not.
She's better than you?
You say no. It's okay, man. Just say no.
Yeah, sure.
Happy wife, happy life. Okay, I got you.
I've heard she was
Yeah.
more consistent.
She was captain.
hitter. Yeah.
She named captain sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I wasn't.
What happened junior and senior?
Well, she was captain the whole time.
Oh, okay. Got you, man.
I never got named captain.
Right.
But I was.
You didn't want to.
I was. But I was also a very bad teammate. So that's probably why.
No, you're the most likable guy at the station.
I was a bad teammate, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of his teammates told me he was a bad teammate. He got mad because somebody got thrown out on a costume in RBI. Seriously. He's like, he was yelling at the guy for not taking a better secondary lead.
Yeah, no. My dad flew in from, so he's only here for a limited amount of time, Whitey, and we were playing Villanova, and I had the game tying hit.
Yeah.
But my buddy got thrown out at home.
Uh-huh.
And I snitched on him. I said, I don't think he had a good secondary. What?
Dang.
My father is there. That was supposed to be my moment.
That's your most likable, huh? That's your most likable member.
I apologized.
At least he got family still rocking.
And he was the one who literally said what? Isn't he the one that said?
Yeah.
What did he say?
You're a bad teammate.
Your pops?
No.
Oh.
Wait, he probably said the same thing too. You're a bad. No, that was a different one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. There was many of these incidents.
No, I called that guy out. I was in left field and he was at third base.
Oh.
And he, kind of lollygagged and the runner was safe. And I said, come on, man. Hurry up.
Uh-huh.
Just throw the baseball.
Uh-huh.
And he said, you're a bad teammate.
Two more get hurt in that unlikely win, so how can the Niners do it again? We're back with more on that and the Kings with Allen Stiles today and every day, Sactown Sports.
Two new voices join the midday. Matt George and Kayla Anderson.
Weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Watch online at SactownSports.com, on the app, or in your car.
Listen to the latest on the Sacramento Kings, the San Francisco 49ers, and all breaking news.
Northern California is covered.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The best in the middays during your weekdays are on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam! The one and only Monster Jam. packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more, only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center January 23rd through 25th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Savings available on select opening night tickets.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Brock Purdy under center. He's got Christian McCaffrey behind him. Sky Moore in motion. It's a trick play. They give it to Moore. Now flip to Juwan Jennings. End around. Jennings throws it to McCaffrey. And he's got it. McCaffrey caught it for the touchdown. Touchdown 49ers. And that is the 49ers' own Philly special. McCaffrey spikes the ball into the ground, and the 49ers have tied the game.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Tremendous win yesterday. I said it's one of the 10 most exciting, best 49er wins I've ever seen. Jay said, Pah! Jay scoffed at that. Did he not, Alan? He did scoff.
He did.
He did scoff. Yeah.
Mini scoff.
Yeah. He accused me of being
prisoner of the moment.
Yeah, and maybe that's true. But it was a tremendous win.
Yeah, I thought
there've been a number of those this year, and the 49ers have won them all.
On the road.
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel about the whole home, away? I know when weather is a factor, it's a big deal. But it feels like even in all sports, once you get past the first quarter, whatever it is, home or away, how much of a deal does it even make to players, right? A lot of players even like being on the road. I think that there's a level of pressure when you're at home because you're expected to win. Obviously, you're heading up to Seattle now, the Niners are. Yeah, I just feel not that the home court, home field is overrated, but I feel like once the ball gets rolled out on the field, it's all the same, man.
Yeah, I think it depends on the team. I go back to the 49ers of Bill Walsh. They were very good on the road. He did a really good job of getting them into the proper mindset, of what we have to do on the road. And, teams like the 49ers, even when they're home, they stay in a hotel the night before the game sometimes. Mm-hmm. That's what the 49ers have done traditionally because you want to get away from some of those distractions. I think if there's a factor at all, especially in the postseason, it's if you're on the road, you got to travel more, so there's less time for A, recovery, and B, to strategize and practice. Yeah. Other than that, I think, it's funny because the Chargers losing last night, that probably had the most to do with their offensive line, but I looked at the Chargers, I thought them going back there, they're not going to win. They didn't. I don't know if that's why. But the 49ers, I think they seem to embrace being on the road.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother them, to your point.
No, I don't think it does. And, you can kind of embrace it. They have their own bulletin board material the same way Ime Udoka gave the Kings some. But their whole thing is things have gone so terribly wrong. We're playing with house money. We're just kind of enjoying it. And they're just playing free because there's no expectations. The Eagles, the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they just couldn't overcome it. And now you get another situation where you head to Seattle, and the Seahawks will have the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yeah, to me, the biggest factor playing up there, aside from the fact that the Seahawks traditionally have a good team, is just the noise when you see teams and they can't, you got to go silent count, all that, and it's just not ideal.
Yeah, and when Brock can never hear. He
can't hear anyway, huh?
So maybe he's used to it. I don't know, but yeah, there are a lot of...
Bro, turn your speaker on.
Yeah.
It's like Draper with his headphones. Like, I can't. What are we doing?
I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I know it's easy to say as a Raider fan, but I think the Niners are in a good spot because they did play them already.
when 3 teams from one division advance in the first round, one of those 3 makes it to the Super Bowl. That has happened every time. 2022 in the NFC East, Philadelphia, from that division, they won the Super Bowl. 1997 NFC Central, if you remember that, it was Green Bay, although they lost to Denver. And 1992 NFC East, Dallas won the Super Bowl. So it's the 4th time that 3 teams from one division have advanced, and all 3 previous times, one of those teams has at least reached the Super Bowl. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I like I don't know. I've been saying that the Seahawks were frauds this whole time.
Ooh, really?
No,
Interesting.
I mean, it's just the Sam Darnold.
What does Uncle Charlie think?
He's texting me now.
Okay.
He's texting me now. But,
ask him what does he think?
I'll ask him.
No, that's really interesting,
Yeah.
Alan. Why would you say that about Seattle?
It's just the Sam Darnold thing. I just don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't. And to be honest with you, I love Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's probably my favorite receiver. But outside of that, you got what's left of Cooper Kupp. They went and got a receiver, but they never really throw him the ball. I like their tight end. I don't know. I just don't really trust their offense, I guess. It's a Sam Darnold thing, but I just don't really trust their offense. They can't decide who's their number one running back. They're doing the Sonic and Knuckles thing with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Just don't really trust their offense.
The reason I would not call them frauds. You may be right. It's interesting, and that's why I reacted that way, because I wouldn't call them that way because of the way they came back to beat the Rams, and then the way they were so dominant against the 49ers. You may be right, but to me it's like, ooh, I had not even thought of them that way since earlier in the season.
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's one thing, the regular season. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. You're at home, right? The line is probably going to be Seahawks 5.5, something like that again. I'm sure it's not going to be too crazy. But we'll see.
What is the line on that, Jay? Do you know?
I don't. I was literally looking it up as you guys were having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not. I mean, I'd have it at about 5.5. That's probably
especially because of what they did last time they played, huh? It's not going to open that high, though, is it? Would it open lower? I bet you it opens a little lower. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So how do the 49ers go up there and win the game? What do they have to do? I give up on this because last week, they're going to have to run the ball. Well, the offense is going to have to keep the defense on the sidelines. That's what I thought. And they can't come from behind. Remember, I told you, Jay, they got to be ahead in the fourth quarter. Well, eventually they were, but they came from behind in the fourth quarter. So all the things that I thought they must do these things to have a chance to win, they didn't do any of them, and they won anyway.
Yeah. I would say, based on what we saw last time, get back to some of those quick throws for Brock just because he was hounded last time.
Yeah, almost like, don't even worry about the running game.
Mm-mm.
Because it's just not there. Yeah. Maybe with Trent Williams, maybe you can open some things up. But if it's not working early, just, all right, we're going West Coast offense, 5-yard handoff.
And they didn't have Ricky Pearsall last go-around, so I hope
You can't stand Ricky Pearsall, though. That's the word I hear.
Who said that?
I thought you said he was terrible or something.
No, I never. Hey. I never said Ricky was terrible. I said he was on my fantasy team, and I never really played him. But
there's the disdain right there.
Yeah,
he's the best. What's the best ability? Availability. That's my problem.
Yeah.
BetMGM. What'd you say? 5.5, Alan? What'd you think?
I said 5.5.
5.5. What'd you think, Whitey?
I think around 4.
7.5.
Whoa!
Now that is disrespectful.
7.5 over under 45.5.
That's your bulletin board material right there.
Money line plus 300 for the 49ers. Wow. That's disrespectful.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. Look at this, guys. 7.5. Are you kidding me? After what we just did, they did lose Kittle, but
that's it. Yeah. That's a big part of it. Come on. Tonjes is pretty good. So how do they overcome those injuries? And also Jair Brown with a bad hamstring. And Kyle said, if he didn't play, it must be pretty bad. So I don't know if he's going to play. And, I think a lot of people assume when Kittle got hurt, that's it. That's the season right there.
Yeah, because Brock does love him some George Kittle. And once he went down, I mean, if you're the Eagles, and I know we were talking to Draper earlier, just as far as what do you do with Sirianni, from that side of it, though, shout out Uncle Charlie.
Oh, Charlie's hot.
That's a pretty bad L for the Eagles. I mean, that's a bad L, man. I don't know. You might have to can him. You might have to. You can't lose that game.
I think whether you can him or not, you got to get beyond that and figure out where is the dysfunction here. Is it Hurts and his receivers? Is it Hurts and Sirianni? Is it Sirianni and the receivers? Whatever. It's cost them some huge games. And yes, they won the Super Bowl. They overcame that. But what is the root of all that dysfunction? Whatever that is, that's what they have to clear out.
Yeah. They got to have some difficult conversations, right? Some icebreaker games with the team, some team building activities, stuff like that, to try to figure out what the issue is.
That's been an open story, hasn't it? And we haven't heard much about it of late, but it was I think it was last year before the season started, the talk of Jalen Hurts and Sirianni, they don't get along. You don't have to be best buddies, and obviously, it's the coach and the quarterback. They're not supposed to be best friends. I remember when Elway had Mike Shanahan as his coordinator, they were very close. Mike Shanahan became the head coach, and the relationship changed a little bit. Yeah. But they were functional, and they got along. You just can't have a coach and a quarterback that don't like each other.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I mean, the Jalen Hurts kind of shtick. Can you just be normal for 2 seconds?
Doesn't seem like enough.
Right? I mean, enough with the, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Enough. Can you just be a normal guy? Like, I think that's the thing when you look at a Brock Purdy. Yeah, Brock dresses like he's from Target, whatever, but Brock is a normal guy, right? At some point.
Or at least he does a good job of acting.
At least fake it,
yeah.
Jalen. I mean, I don't know if I want to grab a beverage with Jalen Hurts. I don't know if I want to talk to – I feel like I would look at him and he would just say, this guy is an idiot, right? The whole thing with Jalen Hurts, it's got to be exhausting to some of these guys. Just be a normal dude, man. Just be normal.
It's too bad that games like yesterday, the playoff games, aren't supposed to count for Coach of the Year because Kyle Shanahan's Coach of the Year. I think they're going to miss Saleh tremendously. I think he's going to get a job somewhere. I don't like thinking about that. He's done an unbelievable job getting that defense to play the way they're playing, but Kyle Shanahan's done a magnificent job this year.
Yeah, and we just talked about this a couple weeks ago, and then everybody jumped off the Kyle Shanahan. Well, he was only as high as, I think, fourth for the majority of the season. And, they had McDonald and other guys ahead of him, Vrabel, guys like that. And then the Seahawks beat the Niners, and that kind of ended the Kyle Shanahan Coach of the Year discussion. But nobody has had to deal with more injuries than him. Yeah. Absolutely nobody.
Right. And there's also this. Last week after the Seattle game, you had people like Matt Mayoko, he's not a hot take artist or anything. He was writing that, Kyle Shanahan got out-coached. It hasn't happened a lot. But against Seattle, he got out-coached. Then he responded with that, can I say masterpiece yesterday?
Yeah, and people, we haven't even talked about, Brock went down, and Mac Jones did his thing. Everybody has gone down for this team and continue to go down still, and they just win. They just win. That's it. That's it. So that he had my vote prior to the Eagles game. I know there are a lot of other good picks out there. Some of those good picks are now at home now because they lost their wild card weekend. But, Kyle Shanahan, just a ridiculous job this season.
Yeah, I think the 49ers will embrace being the underdog up there, but that only lasts as long as you're in the game. If you get behind, it's 17-0, then the whole underdog thing is like, no, too late.
No, it's too late. And the Diamador Lenore thing is interesting, how he can't help himself. Like Kyle used to joke with me because whenever there would be a kind of a rude texter or whatever, I'd have to respond. And I'd be responding while Kyle is talking during the show. But Diamador Lenore and just going back and forth, and did he lock up Jackson Smith and Jigba or not? And everybody says that he did, but they lined up on different sides. Enough talking. Let's just see it, man. Let's just see it. Or I don't, he doesn't follow. Of course, he doesn't follow JSN. He doesn't do that, but he's all over social media with this. You better not get cooked.
Yeah.
Do not, Jay, I'm telling you right now, Diamador Lenore, you better not get cooked, man. Do not get cooked. He just keeps talking.
And somebody needs to tell Troy Aikman that, you know what? The team that lost that game, whoever loses this game, Seattle and the 49ers, they're going to have a hard time winning next week. Well, Troy, they won. The team that lost that game actually won yesterday.
Yep.
All right? Believe it or not, they actually won.
But it was going to be tough. It was supposed to be tough.
Oh, they're going to have a hard time. Joe, I'm telling you, whoever loses this game, that's going to have a hard time winning next week. Well, they won.
Yeah. And they I guess it was a kind of hard time winning.
Against a team that was rested, against a team that rested their players so they could, the 49ers were aware of that. You don't like that, do you?
Don't start this again.
But that's the thing. If you're I know Fred Warner texted about it or posted about it, pardon me. Mm-hmm. So that was something the players were talking about. Any little edge, whether it's true or not, Alan, it doesn't matter.
They wanted the Niners.
Yes! True or not, there it was.
They did not want the Niners. Trust me.
Tell him, Jay.
Jay.
He won't listen to me. He won't listen to Uncle Charlie. Maybe he'll listen to you.
Nah, Uncle Charlie can't convince him. Nobody is. We're at this point. Why don't you believe they did not want the Niners?
I think it was a game that they didn't feel like they necessarily needed. They didn't fully control their destiny anyway. So let's keep our trash offense on the bench. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it was we need to lose to get the Niners.
I don't know. I mean, they could at least played a quarter or something.
Half? Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Get the win, secure it, then you have the guys sit down.
Yeah. Well,
but I understand what you're saying.
I just didn't. Trust me, if anybody likes to do the thing, I like to do that.
I know you do.
But I didn't see it with that one. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's because I was in Philly. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see it like that.
But some 49ers did, whether it was there or not.
Yeah. Hey, that's all they needed.
Gave him fodder. Yeah, gave him locker room fodder, right? You put it up on the bulletin board.
That's all they needed. Yeah. And now what's it going to be? What the 7.5? Is that what it's going to be?
Uh-huh.
Vegas doesn't like you.
That's what you would have every team do when they're underdogs.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Hey, nobody believes in you.
What are your Kings tonight? Do you know, underdog-wise? The spread?
Oh, man, I don't know about that one. Probably what? 11? Hopefully, right? 11.5.
I don't think the Lakers have played since Friday, but they've lost 2 in a row. We're going to talk at the bottom of the hour to Dave McMenamin from ESPN. He covers the NBA and covers the Lakers. So we'll talk to him as we get ready for the Kings and the Lakers. And it says, Kyle Draper says, it's a Dennis Schroeder revenge night for the Kings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to have to stand on business. And Drapes was talking about putting Luke on his back. He really wants. And let's not forget, I go back to a couple of years ago. A lot of us still mad at Luka because he flopped on Malik Monk and ruined that season.
That's right.
Then he pointed at Vlade and said he should have drafted me.
Should have drafted me.
That was terrible.
Vlade should have done what Dennis Schroeder did. Should have followed him into the locker room.
What are the 5 fingers? Say to the face.
So somebody, come on now.
I don't know how long Dennis Schroeder's going to be here. Maybe he's going to be here for years. Maybe he's only going to be here for a few more weeks. But I think he's always going to have some status as kind of a folk hero in Sacramento for doing that to Luka, since it was a Laker.
Yeah.
Since it was Luka. Everything that Luka represents.
Yeah. Well, and again, for a season like this, and we'll see what happens at the trade deadline, but there's not a lot of memorable pieces to this season. So that will definitely be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just wish, if there was some video.
Yeah.
But
do you think he could get fined, Dennis Schroeder could get fined for what he posted? Because the story,
allegedly.
But he responded to a story. He didn't respond to anything that the league
I don't think so.
There. Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
I don't think so, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I can see how the league would want to, because for those who missed it, the story came out, and I think the statement from the league might have said, Dennis Schroeder was suspended for attempting to strike a player. And then Dennis Schroeder on IG said, attempted? Ha!
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Clearly he is not tripping. Hey, man, what, the $45 million contract? I know the third year is not guaranteed, but he is not tripping.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's enjoying himself, I guess.
It's Kings fans will never forget that.
Yeah. Well,
no matter what.
So interesting, too, is just the idea that you get this commitment and you get this money, and then the first thing that happens is they say, hey, you're going to play less immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And you're going to get a raise to do less. And Dennis Schroeder just said, okay. Right? He comes in. You got Russell Westbrook running around. And all offseason, we heard about Dennis Schroeder and this and that, and he's going to unlock all this stuff. And then he immediately gets Wally pipped for Russell Westbrook. What was that, Whitey? The first week of the season?
It wasn't long. And in all fairness, Schroeder, he was struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
When the season started. I don't know if he was tired from the Eurobasket or whatever, but he wasn't playing well.
That's right. The MVP. They won and immediately got benched. Immediately.
The Kings offense, by the way, I know there's been a lot of criticism of the offense. And I know it doesn't really matter right now because it's not about winning and losing each game. But the offense was good last night.
It was.
And Russ only took about 13 shots. And I think that's a good idea rather than have one guy be too shot-centric. And I know there was a lot of focus on how well the bench played last night. That's true. But I think every starter was in double figures last night. So.
Yeah, it was one of the most balanced games it feels like the Kings have had in a while.
Yeah, and that's just tougher to guard when you're getting a balanced offense. But it's so weird right now because, they won last night, play the Lakers tonight, but can we just find out who's going to get traded?
Yeah. And, I mean, maybe it's nobody.
It's true, Jay. That's really, they got a game tonight. Okay. Did they trade anybody yet? Is anybody coming? Or what's going on?
So the wins don't mean as much as the trade talk, the discussion at this point in the league?
They do.
No?
I know if you pay the money, and that's like we said, fans have been doing a great job. You go out there, you pay your money, you want to see a win, you want to see the team play well. They lit the beam last night. But big picture, it's like, that's great.
What about the Lakers, though? If they beat the Lakers, isn't there some substance behind beating the Lakers versus beating the Rockets? Right? It's a little something there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something there. Yeah.
Short term, but then you look, they won. Well, what does that do to their standing then, with the lottery?
Right. Well, but that was my whole thing about the Warriors, because I've been on this Kings-Warriors is a rivalry. I've been on that for a minute, right? And I thought, to your point, Jay, if you could beat the Warriors, I think that would have been a fun time for everyone involved. And I would put the Lakers in that category too. But, beating the Rockets again when you actually already beat them, oddly enough, it's not moving it.
Yeah. They won. Okay, great. Oh, the box score, great. Yeah. Listen, who's getting traded and when are they getting traded and who are they getting back?
Yeah. And Scott Perry on this morning with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross. And
I had the over-under on prudent and opportunistic. I had it at 2.5. And I think the under, it was only 1. So the under paid today on prudent and opportunistic mentions.
And you know what? I think is funny about that? That he knows that it's a thing. So he kind of protects himself now because he'll say, I'll keep saying.
You're absolutely right.
So he's protected himself from people like us saying, man.
You're right.
Again. So now he's protected himself from it. So now I can't get on him for it because he's acknowledging I'm going to keep saying it. And I know I keep saying it.
Yeah.
But this is what it is.
Yeah. What did you think of what he said about, look, this is what we're trying to do? Dave asked that leading question that spoke to, what we know they're trying to do. Trying to get younger, shed salary. But he also said, don't want to take back veteran contracts, but he said, but you got to take everything on an individual basis and keep an open mind.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense about the Malik Monk stuff, and I know he played well last night, but, a lot of us in life, we're just numbers, right? And I think they just look at Malik Monk, and we see the pizza guy, we see a guy that is just electric whenever he plays basketball. They just see that 3-year contract, and they just don't like it, and apparently – nobody likes it. So I don't think it's as much about Malik, the player, as it is and that goes back to the Emmanuel Quickley thing. I can't do 5 years of Emmanuel Quickley at $32 million.
He's not a bad player, but he's just that little pricey.
Nobody's doing that these days. If Malik is bad at 18 for what, and we're in the third, so only 2 more after that. If that's bad, then there's so many contracts that nobody's going to touch anymore.
By the way, you just mentioned a minute ago the Kings and the Warriors and the rivalry thing. Did you have any issues with what Steph Curry said when asked about the rivalry? This is a rivalry in geography only.
Yeah, no. I mean, what is he supposed to say, right? It's one of those things where, for example, when Temple plays Penn State, it's a big deal to Temple. I don't know that Penn State would say we're tripping off of playing Temple. It's kind of like that.
That's it. It's like, well, he's right now.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if this is a factor. I think it may have been. There's still a lot of Warriors that are still protective of Mike Brown. Mm-hmm. They feel like that. They did him wrong there.
Well, that is why I thought that this thing could be reinvigorated a little bit, because we had the kind of frenemy aspect, and we all kind of know each other, and De'Aaron is signed to Steph Shoes and Mike Brown and all that. Once that change happened, I went to that game, and Doug was kind of asked about it, and he did the coach speak. He said it's just kind of the name on the jersey, whatever it is. But the way he said it made me feel like when you're defending somebody so much, what they did with Mike Brown, it does kind of turn into, well, it's maybe a little bit disrespectful to Doug, or it could be taken that way if you wanted to take it that way. And I think, again, there's really no love lost, because Doug is saying, I don't really know them like that. They don't know me like that. We don't really have that anymore. And I don't know. The way he said it, though, Whitey, made me think maybe this is a new version of the rivalry because they don't have any connections anymore.
What kind of reaction does Mike Brown get when he's introduced Wednesday for the first time in Golden One since being dismissed?
Could have been booed, but just based on how everything ended up happening, I think he'll get cheers.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Loud?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Because you look at where they are now, and it kind of is probably making people appreciate the Beam team or that era even more than they maybe did.
We'll see, but yes, I agree with you. We will talk to Dave McMenamin when we come back, Laker reporter for ESPN. What does he know about any Laker interest in Keon Ellis? We'll find out next on Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Lakers.
Tip off at 7. Your exclusive home for Kings basketball
Is Sactown Sports 1140.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to start strong, so you can give everything you've got. From plate-loaded strength equipment and functional training areas to treadmills, stair climbers, and free weights. Our equipment is best in class, and our clubs are right around the corner, so you can go all in. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Deal extended through January 16th. Don't miss it.
See Club for details.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Find a huge selection of fishing boats, kayaks, side-by-sides, and more than 50,000 square feet of RVs and campers. And check out Toyota's full lineup of trucks and SUVs. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Guys, feeling low energy or low drive? It could be low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health, start with a free T-check and consultation. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off TRT. Book now at ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Get more for your money at Elk Grove Chevrolet, where value meets style. Purchase a new 2026 Chevrolet Trax for just $299 per month plus tax. The Trax delivers more for less with a sleek design, impressive fuel economy, and tech that keeps you connected. Conveniently located in Elk Grove, just minutes from Sacramento. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today for full details and see why the Trax is such a smart choice.
Hagen Oaks knows you can buy a driver off the shelf anywhere, but Hagen Oaks is the only place where you'll find total game fitting. The Hagen Oaks TrackMan-powered player performance studio fits clubs to your swing. King's Ballnamic Ball Fitter finds your optimum golf ball. The putter fitting studio makes you a better putter, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds your correct fit. In fact, Hagen Oaks will fit you from head to toe with equipment and apparel to make you the player you want to be. It's total game fitting, and it's only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Allen Stiles joining the show full time, right, as of today?
That's right.
All right, you coming back tomorrow?
I'll be back.
Nice. Yes.
I will be back.
Allen Stiles, part of the Drive Guys now. We're excited about that. We're excited about the Kings and the Lakers tonight. Jake LaRavia back to the goal one, I think, for the second time since he left here. With more on that matchup, nice enough to join us, ESPN, NBA, and Lakers reporter, the great Dave McMenamin. How are you today, Dave?
I'm doing well, and congrats, Alan, on the gig, and I will try not to ruin it for you here with this segment.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't worry about it, Dave. He's already had like his uncle from Philadelphia on. The whole thing's down the tubes already. So.
Well, hey, man, I'm from Philly, too, so you want an angry Eagles fan, we can do that for the next 15 minutes.
Speaking of angry people, can you shed light, and maybe you can't, but I got to ask, anything you can tell us about what exactly Dennis Schroeder did that led the league to suspend him for 3 games?
You know what? Other than what we have in the story, and Anthony Slater wrote it for us, and I kind of was working with him, as was Shams Charania. That's all I know for sure, is that there was a confrontation in the tunnel on the way to the team bus, was also where the Lakers have their vehicles. And so as both teams were kind of finishing their job for the night, December 28th, the Lakers have a couple days off coming to try to enjoy the holidays, playing on Christmas. The banter, or maybe the discourse that occurred on court carried over to off the court, and DeAndre Ayton had to kind of separate the two, and then team security got involved. And, obviously the part that resulted in the suspension almost 2 weeks after the game occurred was the league investigation determining that Dennis tried to strike Luka physically. Slater actually was there on hand to see some of this go down. The part where Dennis apparently tried to throw a punch or some sort of physical altercation, Slater didn't see that part. And so, the league, I'm sure there's a lot of cameras in the back kind of catacombs of Crypto.com Arena, and that's what led to this suspension.
I really appreciate the way you said banter and said, no, it's more discourse. Appreciate that, Dave, because it was a little more than banter, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's the clip that we all saw that has been circulating on social media where Luka kind of picked at the scab of Dennis Schroeder when he was with the Lakers, where he turned down an $80+ million extension and has kind of been chasing that money ever since and bounced from team to team to team. I I obviously I imagine there's some more stuff that probably happened during the course of the game that led to the tipping point of this incident that occurred.
Dave, there's been some conversation, and I guess it is trade rumor season with Keon Ellis. Can you shed some light on how interested the Lakers are in Keon, and what do you think they would maybe give up to get Keon?
I mean, I really can't speak to the Lakers' level of interest in Keon specifically. The Lakers are keenly aware that they are depleted when it comes to two-way players that can guard on the perimeter and consistently make three-pointers. They rank in the bottom 5 in the league for most of the, give or take. Like, I didn't check it this morning, so they could have creeped up to 23rd or something like that. But give or take, they've ranked in the bottom 5 all season long in their team three-point percentage and opponents' three-point percentage that they allow. And so if you can get a guy to come in and give a guy a hard time when he catches the ball out behind the arc, and also when there's a swing pass from two of the best floor generals ever in terms of being able to manipulate the defense, and LeBron and Luka, and make that open shot, that's the guy that the Lakers can use. Now, what they can offer, kind of the crown jewel being either the 2031 or 2032 first-round draft pick. They can only trade one of them. And then they have expiring contracts. And we're talking about Rui Hachimura, talking about Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber. Those would be kind of the guys at the top of the list there, that can get you to the salary number. But the real kind of asset would be that future draft pick. Now, how opposing teams view that draft pick really depends on how they view Luka Doncic, right? Like, if you view Luka Doncic as a perennial top 10 player who's going to be putting the Lakers in contention year after year, that draft pick might not be that valuable. If you view Luka Doncic the way that maybe Nico Harrison did, who traded him from Dallas thinking that the best days of Luka are already behind him, then maybe that is a pretty valuable asset. And it also depends on how the Lakers view Luka. Because if they view Luka as a top 10 guy who can kind of cover up a lot of their awards, then maybe you can trade away that pick. If you view him also potentially on the decline, you're going to need that pick to make your team better 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm. Dave McMenamin, nice enough to join us from ESPN, covers the NBA and the Lakers. And speaking of the NBA, Dave, did the Trae Young trade surprise you in any way, shape, or form? Perhaps it didn't, but did it surprise you? And who do you think is the next big name most likely to be moved?
Him being traded didn't surprise me. I guess the swiftness of the deal going through from the moment we hear Mark Spears go on NBA Today and say that Trae Young would be open to the idea of being traded to, I think within 3 days, Shams Charania is reporting that the deal is done between the Washington Wizards and the Hawks, involving no draft picks. And no draft picks part, that was a little surprising as well. The Hawks kind of numbers with and without Trae this year were pretty damning. And when you have a guy like Jalen Johnson, who's probably going to be a first-time All-Star this year, and you have the kind of the momentum and inertia that comes with a new ownership group, as that franchise has changed over the last couple of years, and they have a new front office as well. Not shocking. When we talk about other guys maybe on the move, everyone wants to know about Giannis. Like, that's the type of player where, I go home for the holidays and my cousins who barely pay much attention to the NBA were like, well, what's going on with Giannis, right? Everyone I talk to around the league, and obviously at these games, there's scouts from opposing teams, and they're just kind of giving their read on things. The general consensus is that Giannis will not be traded prior to the trade deadline, unless he comes out and says, hey, trade me. And he just did an interview with The Athletic, Sam Amick, and said that's not going to happen. He wants to stay with the Bucks, and if the Bucks decide to do something else, that's a different story. But he plans to be with them. To me, that's an indicator that he will finish out the season at least with the Bucks. I think then you talk about big names. It's kind of like what you consider a big name, right? I think Jonathan Kuminga will most likely be traded. I think Michael Porter Jr. with Brooklyn will most likely be traded. Well, those guys, big names, not necessarily. but they are players that could, I think, make a team get from one level to another. They can go from being a first-round team to a second-round team. They can go from being a conference finals, potentially an NBA champion, if it's the right situation.
Dave, we've been talking a lot about just the coaches and how this kind of new crop of coaches, some guys are offensive guys, defensive guys. Every time I see J.J. Redick, he's either he's saying something kind of wild about the team or whatever the case may be. How's JJ being received these days out there in LA? I guess from the fan perspective and just in general, where would you say JJ Redick is at right now? Do people like him? How do you feel about JJ Redick and how he's kind of viewed?
So last year, the Lakers started off the season 3-0, and they have their fourth game in Phoenix, winnable game. They end up losing it. And I'm sitting in this cramped post-game interview space, and I'm in the first row, and JJ is a foot and a half away from me, and I can see him seething and simmering, and the fact that his team lost and didn't execute what he saw as simple things was eating him alive. And I think I share this as just an example of he's had to kind of learn on the job and realize, like, in the opposite way, right? There's the famous Lakers story of the first regular season game that Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ever played together. The Lakers win at the buzzer, and Magic jumps into Kareem's arms, and Kareem looks at him like, "Dude, what are you doing? You gotta chill. Like, this isn't the championship game. Save some of that joy for the playoffs." In a similar fashion, JJ's had to kind of save some of the negativity and kind of the angst that can build up inside of him and put it aside in the regular season. And listen, it popped back up when the Lakers went through their doldrums late in 2025. They had an embarrassing Christmas Day loss to the Houston Rockets, and JJ kind of called the team out in his post-game interview, and that led to basically a full-on team meeting between players and staff a couple days later. JJ just admitted to us reporters, now that that's behind him by a couple weeks, that we didn't handle that all that well. So I think the best thing I can say about JJ, and I think this really does matter and resonates, he has a high care factor. He's not going to be underprepared. He's not going to consider each and every scenario when it comes to the roster, when it comes to rotations. He maintains some sort of dialogue with players even when they're out of his rotation. We've seen that paying dividends with someone like Jared Vanderbilt, who didn't play for about 8 games and is now back and has been really effective the last dozen or so games since he's been put back into the lineup. So he does a lot of things well. And then there's some things he's still learning on the job. And, kind of the unofficial way you break down the league's head coaches is you have 10 guys who are really going to help your team, 10 guys are going to hurt your team, and 10 guys you're not so sure. I probably put JJ in the not so sure, trending towards the helping category. I think he certainly has potential to be one of those guys perennially who does help a team, though.
Dave, we appreciate your time very much. Just before we let you go, I got one more, circling back to something you said about Jonathan Kuminga. If I may, what do you think of the Kings' chances of landing Jonathan Kuminga, and how might he fit in?
I would say it would be a feasible, place for him to land, right? And we know that the Kings and Warriors have done business before, and obviously there's a lot of familiarity there. And over the offseason, that was a team that kind of, we heard that there was some connection to him prior to him signing this kind of convoluted deal with the Warriors that does give both sides some flexibility to find a new partner. And so I could see it happening. In terms of the fit, like, listen, I covered the Warriors-Wolves series last year, and after Steph went down, Kuminga was incredible. Like, he was really, really good. But that was like a big departure from what the Warriors normally run. And so it was, if you play this certain way, he can be really good for you. I think the Kings are in this stasis moment where what they were, with Fox and Sabonis and those guys, that was highly effective on Mike Brown. There's still some remnants of that, but they're trying to turn things over. is Kuminga the type of guy you want to be like your one or your two option as you turn things over? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Perhaps you would be getting someone that was miscast in Golden State, or you could say that if he is that good, why would Steve Kerr not be playing him? So I think that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. Enjoy the game. We hope to talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
When we come back, do the Kings have a player? What do they have in Dylan Cardwell? That's next on Sactown Sports.
Two new voices join the midday. Matt George and Kayla Anderson.
Weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Watch online at Sactownsports.com, on the app, or in your car.
Listen to the latest on the Sacramento Kings, the San Francisco 49ers, and all breaking news.
Northern California is covered.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The best in the middays during your weekdays are on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center January 23rd through 25th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Savings available on select opening night tickets.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Thanks to Dave McMenamin for joining us. That was nice what he said about hoping he didn't ruin your debut on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, we met at Summer League.
Oh, okay.
So we talked for a good amount of time and, just asking about the industry, a bunch of stuff. So great guy. Great guy. But, yeah, I don't know if he remembers, but, yeah, we met each other Summer League, and we talked for a good bit of time.
Good. Little did he know that it was already way down the tubes before we brought him on.
He helped.
Go on.
Yeah, he helped.
I tried to get some info on Schroeder, nothing there, and maybe Kuminga. You think Kuminga's coming here? I do. I don't have any inside word. I can't tell you how. Or I know they got to find a third team most likely, but I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants him, and the Kings want him.
Well, I think what you just said, the end of what you said is the biggest kind of caveat. It's not going to be 1-1. It's not going to be Warriors-Kings do a deal. Just can't be. That's what they've told us. I've been in the camp of why wouldn't the Warriors want DeMar DeRozan? But when we had Brett Siegel on, his whole thing is, I guess with the Warriors, they are willing to give up draft capital. So that is what tells me, okay, well, they're not going to say, well, his value's not great, so fine, we'll just take Malik Monk. No, they'd rather pay and go get their Trey Murphy or somebody like that.
I was thinking of you Friday night watching the Warriors and the Kings, and the Kings got, shellacked. But DeMar again he was really good. And last night, 22 points on 13 shots. And I know some of that because he went to the foul line, but he's been really good this year. We had Jerry Reynolds on last week. We asked him, are you surprised that there's not more interest in DeMar? And he said, yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. He's been doing his thing, and just nobody seems to care. And the price isn't that bad. Non-guaranteed contract going into next season. He's owed that $10 million, and then whoever he's rostered by in January, that's when they'll have to pay him the other $14 million. But yeah, it's a bit surprised. I thought about when we were talking to Dave McMenamin, I thought about maybe asking a DeMar question, but the way I look at the Kings' assets, which does scare me, Whitey, as we get closer to trade deadline, it's because it's basically a garage sale, but the garage it's been open for a while. Everything has been outside the garage for a minute, and you've seen the sale, and everyone's driven past the sale.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah. So that's what scares me. I don't think that Scott Perry, Scott Perry needs to just make a call. I'm sure he's making calls.
Yeah.
Someone got to pick up and say, I want to do it. And I don't know, man. That's what scares me.
One of the things that was really cool about the game last night, the Kings beat the Rockets 111-98. And I wanted to see what you guys thought of Dylan Cardwell. But before we get into Cardwell specifically, it was so awesome when Dorian Finney-Smith kind of knocked him down and Malik came and got in Dorian Finney-Smith's grill. And he even said after the game, I heard it today on the Christopher Lodge show, he said, me and Finney-Smith, we're cool, but that's my rookie.
Right.
I got his back.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, those are the things you love to see. And we just haven't, again, the feel-good moments haven't been a ton this season. With stuff like that, you got to take the little wins when you can. Mike.
Yeah. It's a shame that he was the only one going up there and going, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Checked out.
Yeah. What do the Kings have in Dylan Cardwell? Who is he? What is he? How good can he be?
Man, can we just lock him in the gym and just get a corner three? Can we get
corner
that?
Three? Whoa. Let's just work on like a turnaround.
Top of the elbow or something.
Yeah,
sure.
Corner three,
okay,
slow down.
All right. Well,
I know it's your first day on the show and everything, but
we need something. But defensively, he's a stud. We knew he was going to be a stud. I don't know if we knew he'd be, or at least myself, I didn't know he'd be this good defensively, this quick. So, there's always going to be somebody out there looking for a defender. So I know he can defend. Obviously, the offense is a work in progress, but he's an NBA player, Whitey. On the Allen Stiles show, we called it kind of the Isaac Jones rule. No disrespect to our guy Isaac Jones, but the Isaac Jones rule is basically, are you an NBA player or are you playing in the NBA? And there are certain circumstances because those two things are not the same.
Right, and it is hard to tell on a team that's 9-30.
Like Drew Timme played in the NBA. what else do we do with that? I feel like I'm more so leaning towards Dylan Cardwell is an NBA player.
Yeah, he had 11 rebounds, 9 offensive, and I think 8 of those were on his own miss. But I'm exaggerating, but he had a couple off his own miss. But that hit a really good game.
A work in progress.
The thing that I can't understand about players like him, and it's somewhat encouraging, he shot free throws last night. He was 1 for 4. But every so often he'll shoot one. It's like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Some guys shoot free throws, and you're like, I can't even look.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of different things going on, but there's some that look like that should be repeatable and makeable.
Yeah, there's so many gurus out here. He can find somebody during the offseason. What we do know.
I'm available.
I'm just saying. Let him know. What are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
What I always say?
Beef. Bend your knees, elbow straight, eyes something, and follow through.
Yeah. My whole thing.
Got to brush up there, Stretchy.
Yeah. My whole thing, it's all about the elbow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elbow, I say elbow in, it's going to go in.
Yeah.
If you keep your elbow in, it's going to go in.
You can't rhyme in with in. That's not.
If you keep your elbow in.
It's not like if it doesn't acquit, you
how about this?
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. No, elbow in, it will go in.
No. Elbow in for the win. How about that?
That's better.
Elbow in, it's going to go in.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
I don't think Dylan's going to be working with either one of us.
Come on,
we're available.
What you mean, Ryan? Gave you some love?
I'm the hit doctor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a player in the league for a long time. And, there's a lot that we still have to sort out this year. And the uncertainty of this year and the circumstances make it a little murkier. But, man, he has an impact on games.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with some of these guys that are getting time. Like, I have no clue. I've been going back and forth about the Precious Achiuwa thing. Is he just getting minutes on a bad team? I think a lot of us would say, man, Precious is going to earn himself a nice contract. And then you start thinking, well, the Kings kind of stink. Is he earning himself a nice contract? I don't know. I have no clue. I think so. But I don't know if other teams are saying, no, man, what Precious did on the Kings. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I feel the same type of conversation about Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a great question. I think Precious is showing, like, you give me a chance, I can do these things on a consistent basis. And he's played in the playoffs. I mean, he's doing a lot of really nice things. Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. Remember, he played in college. This is neither here nor there, but I think of this when I watch him. He played with James Wiseman in college. And James Wiseman was supposed to be the guy.
That's crazy. That's a name drop right there. I mean, he's showing that, and he's shooting the threes. He's doing the thing.
Right. He's listening to you.
Yeah.
The little one, Dylan, going out there.
No, Dylan too. Get him all out there.
We'll work up to it.
That was my whole thing.
Make a free throw first.
About unlocking the offense, right? I always say if this guy makes a corner three, I think I got roasted because the editors clipped it because I said, if Jonas Valanciunas unlocks a corner or hits the corner three, that will unlock this Kings offense.
Yeah.
Did not unlock anything.
When we come back, why last night's Kings win was especially sweet. Then we'll get you to game night, bottom of the hour with the Drive Guys rolling on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers advance.
Over the middle, tip, incomplete. San Francisco takes over, looking to take away the upset.
The Seahawks are next.
He's got it, and 20 more. Touchdown, Seattle.
Stay on your home of the San Francisco 49ers. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to start strong, so you can give everything you've got. From plate-loaded strength equipment and functional training areas to treadmills, stair climbers, and free weights. Our equipment is best in class, and our clubs are right around the corner, so you can go all in. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Deal extended through January 16th. Don't miss it.
See Club for details.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Happy New Year, Susan. I really appreciate you picking up the bill for lunch.
I'm happy to. One of my New Year's resolutions is being better with money. So I've started using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for buying gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I earn cash back just for buying the gas I was already buying.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play and start earning cash back on everyday gas purchases. Use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents per gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RIDER. Code RIDER.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Warning. We're going to talk for just a few moments here about Jonathan Kuminga, okay? But we're not going to get bogged down in it. We just had Dave McMenamin on a short time ago, and he mentioned, I think some guys that could be traded are Kuminga and Michael Porter Jr. So I asked him, well, how about Kuminga to the Kings? And he said, yeah, I mean, that's feasible. But since we brought that up, Alan, and I know, you when you were doing middays, you saw this all the time as well in the YouTube chat. Not everybody's excited about Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah.
TR the Star. Kuminga isn't good. Band to the young. Unproven talent, and he's a problem on the Golden State Warrior roster for a reason. So I don't know if it's going to happen. I suspect there's a really good chance it does. It's going to be interesting to see if we get there, how Kings fans respond to that.
Yeah, I've been in the camp of getting Kuminga, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what a Kuminga-driven team looks like, right? I mean, I want him kind of just because the Kings don't have a lot of young players or any young players, but I have no clue if he's ever going to be a number one on anything that matters. I just know that he's young, athletic, and the Kings don't have anybody like him on the team right now. Whitey, huh? Keegan, Kuminga, my Sonic and Knuckles that you didn't understand my reference when I said that. Give me Sonic, give me Knuckles, and let's rock and roll.
The scary thing about Kuminga to me is, and Dave McMenamin mentioned that last year in the playoff series against Minnesota, Dave said he covered that series. When Steph was out, it was Kuminga time, and he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it was about him. I don't mean it was about him. I mean, he was a fulcrum of the offense. He needs to be that on a team to be an effective player. And would that be beneficial to this team to bring him in and then all of a sudden he's, the foundation of your offense? I don't know if that's a good idea. And if he's not going to be, I'm not sure he's ever going to be happy or really as good as he can be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he'll have a couple years where they say, okay, buddy, let's see how good you can be.
Yeah,
right?
buddy.
Because right now you got DeMar DeRozan saying, this is Keegan Murray's team. So, what does that mean? But even when he was playing, it didn't feel like it. It's got to be somebody's team. We know it's not Domantas Sabonis' team. We know that. That's the only thing that I am pretty sure about. But
you want to trade him to Toronto for Emmanuel Quickley?
I do not want to do that. I definitely
You do not want to do that.
I do not.
All right. Glad we clarified.
I do not want to do that. But, Domantas Sabonis up for an extension this offseason, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I just don't know how good Kuminga's going to be and what that world looks like. But I guess I don't really know how good Keegan's going to be either. So, you get the talent in the building and figure the rest out later.
TR the Star says Precious is auditioning for all other teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, though. When you have a bad season and you don't have a lot of feel-good stories, now I'm seeing a bunch of Kings fans saying we can't keep doing this. We did it with Isaac Jones, and I just say the collective we. Now there are a lot of Kings fans saying, well, we got to hold on to Precious. No, we don't. And that's not being disrespectful, but we're just doing this thing where you fall in love with everybody. You can't
I don't
fall
like
in
the
love with
comp
everybody.
there, and I liked Isaac Jones. He was on your show, right?
Yes,
I like Isaac
Honey
Jones. Precious Achiuwa has achieved a lot more in the NBA than Isaac Jones.
No.
And Precious Achiuwa is nowhere near a star or anything.
I'm just saying there are a lot of when there is a season and there's not a lot to cheer about, you're just looking for something. And there are a lot of Kings fans saying, we got to hold on to Precious next season. You can, but we don't have to. It's not going to make or break anything to me.
Yeah, I see where you're going. And I think, we still don't know for sure what Precious is. And that's part of Scott Perry's job is he's very forthrightly told us, we're evaluating. But a guy like Precious, if he can play, he can help me.
He's got the corner three?
At least he does not have the corner
He does
three.
have the corner three.
At least, and I don't know what his contractual status is, but at least it's something I might be able to move because he looks like he could play a little bit.
No, he can.
Yeah.
He can.
And Isaac Jones, I don't know. I love Isaac Jones. Can he play?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I don't see it the same as people going, oh, Precious made a basket. We have to keep him.
But it's the same as, Dylan Cardwell, right? We can't keep all these guys, right? Dylan Cardwell, Precious.
Why not?
And where we go? Then where are we going, though?
The next few years, we're kind of seeing what we got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep them all then.
Well, that's only two players.
Can we get someone who's do the Kings realize you're allowed to play basketball under the age of 24?
That's a whole different question.
Do they realize that? Because maybe that's part of this too. Dylan Cardwell is like 24, and Precious is 24. I think 25.
Yeah, at least because I think he's 2020
I'm just saying,
draft.
can we just get a little? Scott Perry said to get younger.
Yes,
and I get it. They're not old, but they're pretty close to the ceilings.
Yeah. The thing about Precious though is you brought him in and it didn't cost much, and looks like, whoa, if he can play, even if he doesn't fit your timeline and all of that, he's an asset. It's like we could get something for him at some point.
Yeah.
So I want to keep that.
You want to keep it? We got to keep everybody.
Especially because he's not a guard, and I have 17 guards on my roster.
We keep everybody. Who else are we keeping?
If I have a front court player who can help me, I don't have that many, so I want to keep both those guys.
I'm just saying, going into next season, the last thing I'm thinking about right now, or one of the last things, is we got to make sure we bring Precious back.
Okay.
They're just bigger fish to fry.
And I understand that. What are your bigger fish? I'm not
Well,
trying to put you on the spot because I know there are bigger fish.
You figure out number one, you figure out what's going on with this draft. You can I'm not saying to not bring Precious back. It's just funny to me say all the same things. We did it with Isaac Jones, right? And I get it. This is a better player. We did it with what was his name? Isaiah Crawford. He's on the Rockets now. He had the glasses.
Yeah.
We do this. We do this.
Are people doing that in your opinion with Keon?
Maybe little. But the difference is the league also agrees on Keon.
Yes.
So that's the big difference.
Right.
But we got to keep everybody, Whitey. We can't move anybody.
I just said, wow, you might want to keep Precious Achiuwa and Dylan Cardwell. You can't keep everybody.
You can't keep everybody. You're trying to keep
two front court players.
Hey, you know who's been playing well, Whitey? DeMar DeRozan. Can't move him.
Nah.
Can't move him.
Dylan Cardwell actually fits what my GM says I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Be young, and as you said, he's 24? Yeah. And he guards people, Alan, and he's got size.
You can't have both.
He actually provides a little bit of, we haven't seen him around in many moons. What's the term? Rim protection.
Yeah,
he gives you a little bit of that.
Sure.
Plus, fans love him because,
Yeah, pumping up the crowd. He's great.
That's perfect for where I am right now.
Awesome. Him.
Fans love him. Anything that I have that fans love, seriously.
Yeah.
Next few years, I might have a harder time getting people to come into the building. If there's a guy that fans love and he can play,
hey,
I don't know why you want to run him out of town.
I don't want to run him out of town. I'm just saying. This is a lot of keeping a lot.
I understand. Yeah, Jay and I have talked about that a lot. Yeah, I understand the phenomenon you're talking about. Kings fans, and I think all fans do this. Maybe we're especially prone to it because they're our only team. Sorry, Sacramento A's of Las Vegas. A guy comes in here and does anything, and we're like, oh, this guy's great, and he's ours.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the phenomenon.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
And who was it? What was his name? Was it Boogie?
Boogie Ellis?
Boogie Ellis. Gotta keep Boogie Ellis.
He was better than Bronny at USC.
He was. I agree with that. But we did it with Boogie Ellis.
Mm-hmm. Well, who did it with Boogie Ellis?
He did it. And now you're doing it again.
With who?
With
Precious Achua.
And Dylan Cardwell.
Okay. All right.
He's ours.
11 rebounds last night for Dylan Cardwell in 18 minutes.
Keep the whole roster. Don't move anybody. Just don't move anybody.
Can we at least agree on this? Last night's win was especially sweet after what Ime Udoka had said the last time the Kings beat them.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Keep Ime.
Yeah.
It's comments.
Where Ime Udoka said after the last time they played and the Kings beat them in overtime, oh, well, I got to get my team. I got to do a better job, get my team ready to play a lesser team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he ain't doing a very good job, I guess, because they lost again.
Mm-hmm. And even prior to that, he had said, we're depending on a 37-year-old for 40 minutes when he was talking about KD. So I don't know what their plan is, but I don't know. They got 2 more years of KD. They gotta take a swing here and hopefully, walk away with something.
Mm-hmm.
What?
TC, don't change styles, big dog. You sound like Carmichael right now.
What does that even mean?
I don't know what it means. It just made me laugh.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure what that means.
Because I don't want to keep everyone. I can't keep everyone.
No, you can't keep everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Cardwell's he may be a player.
Okay.
That you didn't even draft.
But now, you also are keeping.
Can we agree on this? Let's see. Yeah, Dylan Cardwell might be a player. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's see where we are with him at the end of the year. We may have something out of nothing there.
I need a team.
Diamond in the rough.
I need a team. This is my team. I need Dylan Cardwell. I need Isaiah Crawford. I need Hot Honey Jones, Isaac Jones. I need Boogie Ellis. I need them all.
Fan favorites.
I need the whole team, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them back, baby.
Mm-hmm. Who is going to be on your roster next year in a perfect world?
In a perfect world.
Mm-hmm. AJ.
Keegan.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what? Kuminga? And can you do Kuminga and AJ?
That's a great question, which obviously you don't know what's going on with the lottery. You don't know where you're going to be picking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what if you get Kuminga and then you draft, and you have Keegan and then you draft Boozer or AJ?
Right. And you're not supposed to do the thing where, well, let's just get Darren Peterson now because, because we already have Kuminga. So I don't know.
Yeah. As bad as they are, and some of that is by design, that's the last thing you do is go, oh, well, Debanza? Oh, well, we already have 2 guys we like to play forward.
Right.
You can't do that when you have, 9 wins at this point?
No. But that's what I'm saying. You're saying, hey, we can't draft AJ because
I'm not saying that.
We got our guys.
I'm saying
we got our guys
agree
already.
With you can't look at it that way. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's time for Check It with TC. Where is he going today? Is he in on Shanahan? Is he out on Kuminga? TC, what do you got?
Hey, before we get started, Alan, bet you didn't think I was on the other line, boy. Look at you. That's my dog, though. Alan, you my dog. Congratulations, bro. Only reason I said that is because Because you would say you can't keep everybody, right? That's what they be talking about, but we ain't going to talk about all that. We're talking about keeping legitimate players. Precious and Cardwell, these are dudes that need to be around no matter what we got going on, right? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
As far as Shanahan, bro, listen, the band got the job done. Like I told the homies before, the way I feel about Kyle ain't got nothing to do with the team. I've been a Niners fan my whole life, bro. I love the team, right? But I dislike dude. So, but I don't let that rub off on the team. But I'm gonna be on these air. But when I come on and tell you about Shanahan, that's me being honest. I can't get on here and be fake and be talking about this and that. Being fake would have had me jumping on this airway today talking about, oh, what else Shanahan? Y'all know how that's fake, bro. I really don't like dude, bro. But that's another story for another day. AJ is the pick. AJ the Banter is the pick. If Scott Perry and DJ pull this off, guys, AJ the draft and trade for JK, that's an A+ in my book. I'm telling you guys, I keep pushing this. Give me him in a J, Whitey and Allen. Think about just the 2, 3, 4 spot. We're talking about AJ at 6'9" at the 2. We got Keegan playing the 3, and we got JK playing the 4. The 5 can be matched, and we'll figure out the point guard. Just think about that and sit on it and talk about it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you,
all right.
PC. Did he say AJ's a 2?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
And then
he doesn't play guard, does he? I know
he can.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah, positionless.
Yeah.
And then we got to do the thing with Maxine.
Why do you not want to keep good players just because fans like them?
Oh, that's not why I don't want to. That's not
fans
why I
around here like you. You must be a bum. We're getting rid of you.
No.
We can't have that.
I'm just saying we have to understand the purple lenses that we have on.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
That's all. I'm just hoping.
So if you take off your purple lens and you look at, pick whichever one you want to look at.
Yeah.
Precious or Cardwell, what do you see? That really was my original question. What do the Kings have in Dylan Cardwell?
I think they have an NBA defender, and we're figuring the rest out as we go. Mm-hmm. But that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying we have, a couple stories now here where we got to move on from some of these stories next season. That's all.
Why? Why do we have to move on from a story?
Because
the only reason would be if the players aren't that good. And maybe they're not. We don't know. But that's the only reason you move off of something. It's like, that guy can't help us, and we need to use that spot on something else, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now. It's fine if you think any player, I'm not going to,
Yeah.
Your opinions are, you're certainly entitled to them. We know that. I'm not going to jump on you if you say this guy's no good or that guy's no good. I may disagree strongly.
No, I think they're all good.
Yeah.
I think they're all good.
It's fine if you don't, Alan.
No. I've been struggling with this about the Precious thing. That's why I've been struggling with this. And I got a little triggered when I saw people saying, out of all the stuff that we've been dealing with out here in Sacramento, I got triggered when I saw people say, we have to keep Precious next season. Really? Well, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. They have 9 wins. We don't have to do anything. There's nobody that we should be saying that about. Literally on the team. There's nobody, let alone Precious.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
I understand. I think he's shown that he might be a really good player, and if he is, then he's an asset and you want to keep him. But to your point, if you were to get DeBanza or Boozer, and if you somehow got, if you ended up getting Kuminga and you have Keegan, you might be getting a little crowded up there.
Yeah.
But he can play a little center. He could play.
Keep him for now.
Yeah, 4.
They're great.
I don't think he's one of those guys that is not nearly as good as Kings fans think he is because he's local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And I think he proved it again last night in a game against a good team that you won.
Yeah.
He had 10 points, and he had 7 rebounds, and he had 3 assists.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Distributor.
You might have something, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're trying to figure out this year.
Yeah. Let's figure it out.
Uh-huh. And you're like, I'm tired of his story.
No,
I got to get rid of him. We got too many stories.
It's too many stories. It's one too many.
What does that even mean?
It's just one too many.
Uh-huh.
See? Manny too legit. Precious should stay next season.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
What are we looking
settled
for tonight? I know you've seen this. We've talked about it. I've suggested that we should look at each Kings game and see how it fits on our checklist, my checklist, which is any young players play well, check, depending on how many played well. Any other players you want to move? Did they play well? Was the game entertaining? Mm-hmm. And then did you maintain or improve your lottery position?
Yeah.
So like last night, we don't get to, actually their lottery position got worse, but everything else was like check.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How about you tonight? How are we supposed to look at these games? And again, if you pay the money, you go there. I want to see him win. I want to see him beat the Lakers. Like Jay says, it's the freaking Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a pretty low bar, but yeah, just competitive throughout. And look, Whitey, I've been on this when it comes to these showcase games. And we were talking to Dave McMenamin, a level of interest with Keon. I need 20. I need 20 minutes. We can't keep doing this. I need 20 minutes from Keon, right? When you play some of these teams, it does matter, right? It matters a little bit more when you're playing the Lakers. It's a showcase game, Whitey. I need at least 20 minutes for Keon. I'm done with the Malik Monk thing. I need 20 minutes for Malik Monk. Enough is enough. That's my kind of showcase checklist.
Mm-hmm.
DeMar, get your shots up. Keon's got to play. Malik, get your shots up too. That's my showcase checklist.
I don't know if this is realistic, but if I were running the Kings, I would say, look, and if there really is interest from Milwaukee or whomever on Zach, and again, there's another report from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the Bucks have interest in Zach LaVine. If that's the case, I'm telling Russ, I'm telling Malik, I'm telling DeMar, we really want to see Zach get a lot of shots up tonight, guys. That needs to be our game plan tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I'm telling Zach. Can we do that? Last night, he had a decent game, very solid game. 18 points on 11 shots, 3 for 6 from 3. I want him to get up a lot of shots tonight.
Yeah.
And show another team, look what he can still do.
Exactly. And, and shout out to Jake Gaydon of CBS because he asked LaVine that night when they played the Bucks, he said, hey, is it any type of coincidence that you happen to come back for the Bucks? And, of course, LaVine, did the athlete thing. Oh, it just kind of worked out that way. But, it was a funny coincidence. And I think games like this, when you're playing big teams and big brands, things like that, if LaVine goes off for 40 tonight, that would be a really good thing. To your point, Whitey, kind of force feed him a little bit. That's a really good thing for him to go off tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Emron weighing in says the drive guy versus drive guy friction is awesome. When do I get my invite? I'm on Team Allen on this topic. Well, there went your invite, smart guy. There it went. Up in flames.
So it's just, hey, just get them out of here.
Yeah.
Just get them out of here. And I'm doing a little bit of a bit, but
yeah,
there is, it's enough.
Where are you with Max right now?
Well, I've always been a big Max guy. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford, come on. He can stay.
Why did you go to Stanford?
I like Stanford.
You like Stanford. Okay.
Max can stay because he's a baller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you've got what you're getting from Max and he's been responding to the minutes, Dylan Cardwell has played well. I know some are not as high on him. But maybe, maybe it is time to move Domas just because, I've got the center position now. I've got some youth there, Domas. Let's work something out. Let's send you north of the border.
Yeah, up to Toronto. Yeah, and I think this is going to be a really big topic for us in the summer, Whitey. I don't think anything happens before the season ends, but we were talking about Anthony Davis and how him being injured has changed stuff, right? Because a lot of the same teams that were interested in Anthony Davis were also a bit connected to Domantas Sabonis. So if you can get him back and get him playing at the level that he was when he was 7th on the MVP ladder, I think maybe somebody says we need that right now. But right now, you just can't get him on the court.
That's an interesting topic that you bring up. We had Brendan on Friday. He was on his way down to the Chase Center. And we had just gotten word that afternoon, as you know, because you did show, that Anthony Davis had ligament damage in his finger. So I asked Brendan, do you think a team like Atlanta, would they then turn their attention to Domas? And Brendan said, and I agree with him, they're so different. Anthony Davis gives you things that Domas doesn't give you, that he doubted that Atlanta would just go, oh, who's next?
Yeah.
And I agree with that. And I bring that up in part because I know this was something that I wouldn't have mentioned. Dave mentioned it today. kind of said, well, I wouldn't pay any attention to this, but he did bring it up. There's some crazy stuff about the Kings and Domantas Sabonis in Atlanta that came out this weekend. And in my opinion, I don't think you should pay any attention to it. Did you see some of that nonsense? It was from some really off-brand source, and it involved a really attractive package from Atlanta with like Risa Shea and a first-round pick. You know, their first-round pick, depending on how many they have, that would be quite a prize. They're not sending that and Porzingis to the Kings for like Sabonis and somebody. That's not. This is somebody having fun at your expense.
Well, you know what's funny is at the time, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when Desmond Bane got traded, I talked about this a lot because when Desmond Bane got traded, I might have even texted you and Jay because we were having the conversation who has the most value on the Kings. And I said, I think you could get a Desmond Bane type package for Domantas Sabonis. And you guys kept saying, there's no way you're getting that type of package. But to your point, not that Atlanta package was real, but that would be something in the same realm as the Desmond Bane thing, which you, at that time, you and Jay said, there's no way you're getting that package for Domantas Sabonis.
It seems to me like the market has shifted in such a way that 4 first-rounders for anybody now is like, maybe Giannis, maybe, but otherwise – I mean, like Dave McMenamin pointed out, Trae Young gets traded. I know he's not Giannis or Desmond Bane for that matter, for no draft picks. So, you know, we talked about this last week. Danny Ainge kind of set the market by getting 4-ish picks for Gobert and for Mitchell. It's like, that's not what the market says right now.
Well, it can't be because of the aprons and everything like that. You're going to need these guys to play. You know, and that's why the first round picks are so important. Number one, you got to hit, and number two, you're going to need these guys sooner rather than later. That's why you're just not throwing around first round picks anymore.
How'd the first day go for you here on the
you
show?
Know, crosstalk was a little spicy.
It wasn't it?
Once we got into our show, it was great. Just had to get through the crosstalk. Now I see why Draper never did it.
Friendly fire.
Yeah. But it was great.
You don't have to do it.
Hey, no, I got something.
Maybe you should, huh, Jay? Maybe you should say, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. Now
I'm sitting out on the crosstalk. Or I could, and then you could just go at him.
Yeah. I got to figure out how I'm going to approach this.
Okay. Something to look forward to in crosstalk.
That's right.
You got a lot of time. Yeah. Here every day from now on.
That's right. It was a lot of fun today.
Yeah. Old Klingon proverb, revenge is a dish best served cold.
And that 145.
That's right. We got the Kings and we got the Lakers tonight, Alan, and we're back tomorrow.
That's
Have a good evening.
Are you saying it to me?
I am.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. And tell Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie.
Anytime. He is the MVP of today's show. Would you agree, Jay?
Absolutely. And make sure we get it straight because Alan's done a terrible job. He is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, not a Bears fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Charlie.
All right. Got game night coming up. And then we're back with you tomorrow. So stick around for Lakers and Kings coverage on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers advance.
Over the man's hit. Incomplete. San Francisco takes over. Looking to take away the upset.
The Seahawks are next.
He's got it and 20 more. Touchdown Seattle.
Listen to the San Francisco 49ers playoff run on Sactown Sports 1140.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home? Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's time for game night, getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket!
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
Sacramento, what's up? Welcome you into the